Welcome to Team Fortress TV. TFTV is here. TF2 is not dead. It's a beautiful time to be alive. This is Admirable. Got kaidus with me, Sim doing the production, and it's going to be the ETF2L Season 24 powered by TT Esports Premiership Playoffs. We're in the lower bracket final right now. Full tilter here. I don't understand how that happened. And Lego will be joining them. It's going to be Reckoner, Gullywash, and Granary. kaidus, your thoughts on the match today?
I actually think it's going to be a pretty good one, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be great, actually. Like, I haven't seen Lego play much lately because they refuse to play Nameless, who are the only team I really pay attention to. But from like what I have seen, like they're playing pretty well this season. Perilous have like kind of dropped down a peg or two to where they were rated earlier on, and I think they're really, really evenly matched actually. So I don't know, it's gonna be good. The maps are kind of weird, but I think it's gonna be a good game.
I mean, is that fair to say that Perilous have been dropped down whenever in their last two games against Nameless they've been using Demul? For fuck's sake, Demul?
Well, yes and no, but they have Demul again tonight.
Oh
so
no!
That's basically all we can go on, right?
You mean
And
Mike's not here?
yeah, he's not here until he'll be here for the grand final if they make it, but he's not here tonight again. And to be fair to be like fair, Demul was one of their best players yesterday when they lost. So obviously Mike is like a god, but it's hard to say that Mike not being them was a difference maker because Demul had a huge impact on the game yesterday. So they're going to be just fine with Demul.
Well,
But the maps tonight are really strange ones, so it's going to be like quite interesting.
yeah, I was looking at the picks and bans. It was obviously Full Tilt getting 2 picks as they're the higher seeded team here. They got Reckoner, which seems to be their home map now, right? And they picked Granary as well. Gullywash being Lego's pick, but Lego did get rid of Viaduct, a map they'd previously lost on in the last round against Happy Farmers when they won 2-1. They weren't feeling it.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure like why that was because they were looking pretty strong on Viaduct earlier in the season, but I guess that result has shaken them and now they just don't like it. They only had a day to figure out the issues with it, so it makes sense, I guess, to go away from it. But what really strikes me as very, very strange about this game is that Perilous picked Reckoner because I've never really understood why they thought like it was their best map or something like this, where they always felt so inclined to pick it. And coming into a game where you are supposedly the stronger team, like they've basically picked the map that's the most random, like it's the most unknown, and that's something that the weaker team, like the underdog, would try to do. It's kind of like I think it was Stark earlier described it as it's like the better team picking Gravel Pit, like back in the day. It's like the most random map you could choose, like where you understand the map the least. So I don't fully understand why they've gone for it, even if they feel like it's strong. It seems like kind of a weird risk because I'm sure they believe they're the stronger team going into this game tonight.
Yeah, you want to do like a Nameless and just pick the map you feel you can control and grind out a 1 round or 2 round win, right?
Yeah. And also with Reckoner, like it can be so random. Like we've seen so many like really, really low scoring games. Like you just lose one mid, lose one round, and the entire game can just be over and it finishes 1-0. So it's kind of a weird one. And they just like they kind of like they scrimmed it a minute ago against Nameless. Like I was watching / coaching Nameless for that, and they didn't look convincing on it at all. In fact, they lost it, and it's a map that Nameless straight up don't play. And the last match they played on Reckoner, they lost to a far inferior version of Nameless. That was in the DreamHack Summer Grand Final. Like they lost their own pick on Reckoner with Captain on Scout, Stark on Pocket. Like they've never practiced the map once, other than like losing it to them earlier in the tournament, and they still think it's their strongest map. So I'm not really sure. Maybe they have some plans for it that they weren't like showing in the scrim, or I'm not really sure because Lego also like really favor the map. Like they beat Nameless on it earlier in the season, and they said like in the interview they said yeah we felt really comfortable. We've really like taken to the map well. Like they had some really nice like set plans like forward holds and lobby and things like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of baffling that they went for this because yeah in theory they're the stronger team.
Let's throw some stats up there, Sim. Are you ready? 1 second. He says, now he's ready. I'm just going to go straight in with the team head to head here. Obviously, I'm an idiot, so we've got Mike instead of Demul up here. But we do see, what each player is kind of bringing to the team. This is the percentage they contribute for damage, frags, and deaths. We can see on the Lego side, a big spike sticking out there for Sorex, who has gotten the majority of the frags here for Lego today. Like, how much does this result rest on his shoulders, Kaidus?
On whose soldiers?
Shoulders.
But whose shoulders are we talking about?
Sorex's shoulders.
But I guess it's pretty important he turns up, because he's one of those players where if he plays bad, he's like a massive hindrance. Like, he's not a player who just like, I'm just going to throw like a random example. Like, he's not like a Drac, where if he's not having an impact on the game, at least he's doing something really solid and enabling other players to play. If he's having a bad game, then his team literally like a man down for the vast majority. So it's always really important that he plays well, basically, with his playstyle. As far as like the talent on his team goes, I guess it's kind of important he plays well. But I mean, the scout matchup, it's not like, I'm not sure. Like, the scout matchup is relatively, I don't know. Yeah, it's important, I guess. I don't know what else to say, really. Like I said, I'm not entirely familiar with how LEGO play, because they just straight up refuse to play Nameless, it seems. And that's the only insights I get into the game lately.
They refuse to play Nameless. Is it to do with the slow play style, or?
I don't really know. They just never seem to like want to play them. Like, they just deliberately schedule like with other teams exclusively. I'm not really sure. I might just be making this up, but they just definitely don't play them very much. I think they get kind of bored, and understandably so, playing like the slow game in PCWs when it doesn't matter, which means they just do weird things, and it doesn't make for good practice, I guess. I can see why. That's not how they want to play the game. It's like difficult to keep your concentration in scrims.
We got
either way,
head to head here now. Koth versus Condom. Condom, a man who has gotten a lot of flack throughout his seasons playing in the Premiership. Is he ready for this playoffs?
I guess so. Like Condom's like got progressively better, to be fair.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
he still has like these howlers from time to time, but I mean he is a medic who's always improving. And I mean, looking at the stats, Koth actually has significantly more drops than Condom, but I don't really know what to make of that. He's had 7 more Ubers and 5 more drops. Is there like a ratio? Oh, there is an Uber to drop ratio. And Connor comes out far in favor on that. What do you make of that, James? As an ex-medic.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, actually. I don't know what impact the vaccinator has. I don't know if Condom uses or not, but I know in the past they count it as 1 Uber. Maybe they don't anymore. I wish I'd talked to Gentleman John recently to be able to confirm that. But interesting as well, the Uber to crits ratio there. Boss seeming to. Well, let me think about this. Uber to crits ratio, is that like for how many Ubers for every 1 crits? Does that mean Condom uses the crits more? Oh my god. Yes, it does. Thank you. We've got a mathematician doing the production. Sim.
I was going to say, I can't really remember Full Tilt using crits that much, so it has to be Condom who uses it slightly more.
Oh yeah, it has more total crits as well.
That would do it.
Let's not obsess over these medic stats, man. I know the teams are like on the server. I'm gonna bring up one that might be closer to your heart here. It's Ali versus Dr. Phil. Your thoughts?
Like Ali's definitely played the better season so far this season, and he's more consistent, I think, is the main thing. Like, you get really, really up and down performances with Phil. It seems to me like, some days he'll be Dr. Pill and he'll just be hitting everything and really contributing significantly to his team, and then there'll be other days where he just kind of randomly goes missing. Whereas because of the way Full Tilt's set up with their team, like most of the time, like both soldiers aggressive, like both scouts relatively defensive, giving a lot of support to Ali. Like, as long as he's just playing stable, like he doesn't need to like be hitting amazing things to do a good job and to play solid. So the team's better set up for Ali to succeed than for Phil, which means that when Phil, like as an individual, doesn't perform that well, he kind of gets shown up a bit more than Ali will, if you know what I mean. But Ali's looked really, really good this season. Like I said, kind of coming into the season, that I thought like the old Ali that we saw, like the kind of Mimo who didn't really try very hard and ended up leaving. Like, I didn't think we'd see that guy this season. We'd see like the real one who can actually play the game, and like we really have. He's been like really, really good. Like, better than I expected, to be honest. Even though I had reasonable expectations for him, he's been pretty good. And yeah, Phil can show up and like match him, but he might not. Like, it's kind of random with Phil.
Okay, here we go. Up next, two passionate pockets here. Salentis versus Josh. Both get very emotionally invested in the game sometimes, in different ways, perhaps.
I was
But
gonna say, yeah, in entirely different ways.
salty Salentis versus just angry Josh. He's gonna come out on top in this matchup.
I don't know, still looked like still was hitting some really nice shit yesterday. I mean, I don't know. Pockets is always one that kind of goes over my head. They're just like a bit of a, they're just some stuff to be thrown in so the game can happen whenever I play TF2. Never really noticed what Pockets are doing, but like Sil always seems to play like well. It seems to me like as an individual, but he's just prone to losing his patience. Like I don't know how Full Tilt do it, but it seems like whenever they have close games, like close and slow games, Full Tilt will always at some point just get bored and make a weird push, and I kind of always assume that's coming from Salentes. Um, but having said that, I feel like that's kind of Josh's mantra from the get-go, is kind of making these weird, risky pushes. So I don't know. I guess Josh is by default supposedly like playing more aggressive than Sil, but I'm not sure. Like it's really weird for me to judge because I only really see these teams play against Nameless, and I
Yeah,
feel like we see a kind of different Full Tilt when they play Nameless to how we see them play against other teams. So I don't know. It could be really interesting. Like these two will be actually two like to watch in this game because they both can be incredible like on their day. And when the game is flowing properly, they're both like really, really integral to the way their teams play.
yeah.
I
They
mean,
both can have that pocket soldier syndrome where they really want to like take the game on their back and try and
yeah.
do everything for their team as well. It's gonna be interesting to see if they like really go head to head or they be like two ships passing in the night, just jumping behind each other kind of thing.
I'm really interested to see how Lego are going to play because I feel like I have such a gap in my knowledge about the game just because like my involvement in the scene this season has really been like watching Nameless play and watching their games and helping them out, and just because I haven't seen like Lego in that capacity, I just feel like I really don't know much about them. So I'm really looking forward to see how Lego do because we did see them play obviously Full Tilt earlier in the season, and that game was relatively comfortable for Full Tilt. But I feel like Full Tilt were a lot like they were called obviously Perilous back then, but they were a lot higher on confidence then. I felt like since then they've lost like 4 maps in a row on the bounce to Nameless. Whereas at that time they were kind of getting the better of them in scrims, and I think even though it's only scrims, I think it meant a lot for their confidence back then because obviously they'd never really been consistently beating them before. Whereas now they're kind of gone back to consistently losing to them, and I don't know. I just get the impression there's less spring in their step. And whereas I don't know, Lego kind of come in that team that can always upset the teams above them. So I don't know. I'm really looking forward actually to how Lego are gonna do.
Does this mean that Sideshow was never really the problem?
Well, Sideshow was always our problem. I don't know if he was the problem, but clearly it wasn't all Sideshow. I think you just have to give Nameless some credit. But I mean, Mike, Demol, if we're going back to last season and comparing either of them to Sideshow, I think it's a pretty safe to say a solid upgrade. But yeah,
Taking a look then at Ast versus Sorex. We got Sorex with more average kills, always kind of a weird stat. Average per map, depends how long the map was, whatever. But Ast slaying him a little bit in the kind of efficiency stats, per death.
yeah. Asta has like a proper tendency to go missing though in the big games. I feel like I feel like this, and I know a lot of people feel like this, that Ast just doesn't have a big impact on the game when it's like the big games. Like he'll stat nicely when his team's like crushing teams, he'll stat nicely, and in scrims when it doesn't matter, even against good teams, like he'll get nice stats and do a lot of cleanup and things like this. But when it's a tight game, like a slow game, gritty, where you kind of have to grind out rounds, he's a player who just I don't know, he just doesn't do it for me, man. Like he doesn't ever seem to like in the really big games doesn't seem to do the same as he can do like in scrims. Whereas Sorex, he's a bit random. Like you don't always get like good performances from him either. But it's not like he doesn't turn up to the big games. It's just like he plays such a random style that it just obviously creates random outcomes. But he'll do it in big games, he'll do it in small games, and sometimes he won't. So I kind of expect like Sorex to perform better in this game just because that's been the trend with Ast. Like it's like a 50-50 for Sorex, whereas like Ast probably not going to play as well as he can do. Something about the pressure just makes him not perform as well as he often does. So having said that, if Full Tilt get off to a good start and get comfortable into the game, then Ast can really just get into a stride. So maybe if Perilous, Full Tilt get off to a good start, we're going to see the real Ast. but I feel like in general you don't get the real ast when it matters.
Finally, then we have Talash playing on his off class here, Scout against Izon. Izon, kind of, the minnow in the team on Lego, like the guy that people have underestimated in the past. He has put in some big games occasionally, but looking at
He
his
went
stats
nuts
overall,
yesterday. I saw some logs where like it was like really either they lost or it was like a really close game, and he had like 40 frags or something like that in the playoff game yesterday against Farmers. Um, but yeah, I guess these are both the snipers for their team. They both I feel like they both have more impact on the game, like with sniper plays than I ever noticed them having as scout. Like Thalash has been really, really consistent, like as like a, I don't know, like he's the flank scout, but he doesn't really play that much on the flank. He's like playing by the combo and doing a lot of cleanup, and he's been really, really consistent at this. But it's kind of the same story as with Ast, where it's like if it's a tight game, I don't feel like either of the full tilt scouts you can like really look to make the difference. It's just when they're playing well, they're really consistent and they'll lock it down, you know. Izon, I don't know what to say about Izon, man. He's probably playing CS at the moment.
or Overwatch. Just see him in Battle.net quite frequently as well. No more stats. Let's get into the game. Talk to me then about the TF2 update. I'm sure that was discussed at length yesterday in the previous playoff games, but what is your take on it? What do you feel about medics moving at scout speed?
It's had like way less impact than I thought it would actually. Like when I first read it, I was just like going through my mind all these different things it could mean for the game, and it's definitely like impacting some things, but it's actually not had that big of an impact. Like I thought it was going to completely destroy mids at like the pace of mids, but so far at least teams haven't been able to exploit it for mids that much, mainly because like they haven't been able to get heals on the soldiers enough to have the medic go that fast. But in general, like the game just kind of plays the same, but medics run a bit faster. The real difference is the quickie bomber, which I'm not sure if demos are going to run, as I know Ali hasn't been running, but we are live, so we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm flicking furiously through to see, and it doesn't look like anyone's got the quickie bomber to this middle, but it is going to be Full Tilt versus Lego here. Lego in the red, coming to middle to face against Full Tilt in blue right now, and Full Tilt moving towards that right-hand side. They're kind of faking out the soldier bomb there to see if they can bait anyone forward, but it's going to be first blood, first air shot from Salentes there, launching that soldier into the ground, and just quick frags coming in against both sides though, but Sorix and Josh getting those 3 frags right at the end there. Cost going down alongside Aston to move, just to turn that middle around on a dime.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Lego. Like Full Tilt they only played one side, whereas Lego kind of did a 4-2 split, and they had Josh and someone else playing on Perilous' side, Full Tilt side rather. So when like in the aftermath they had Josh full HP, like completely separate from the rest of his team, able to just kind of come in and get like 2 or 3 kills, maybe even 4, I don't know. He got at least 3, and that was like the real difference. Like Full Tilt all clumped up and they traded evenly, but then in the end Lego just had better position because they had this extra guy like on the right.
Oh, Zen comes in, sees the rocket coming from above and tries to come in and get that soldier pick, but turns his back to 2 scouts and dies pretty quickly. So his teammate's going to have to retreat here. Dr. Phil's going to explode a chasing Salentes there, and Lego have just baited Full Tilt into overextending there. They really wanted those frags. They thought they could punish that positioning, but they just got mopped up there, and now they're stuck inside their lobby here. We've got Lego on the point, and Lego winning engagement after engagement.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of fortunate for Lego. Like, they came in, it looked really iffy for them. Like, it was, again, one of these situations where, like, one shot kind of turned it. Well, not turned it, but it could have gone the completely other way. Like, Phil hit a pipe that, had he not hit, he probably would have died. And then suddenly, you know, that's a difference of 2, like a 2-man advantage that changes one way to the other. But we're going to see a push from top left now.
Then getting the Uber, the immediate counter pop here from Cost onto Salentes, flashing the lash. He's playing heavy there as well until Ali gets up. These guys don't want to take any risks. So Demoman back on the field here, but Demul trying to chase deep into his former teammates there, but Josh and Phil going to combine to shut him down. So a 14-second window here to push while Demul is down. They're trying to double spam there onto that Demoman to just push him back a little bit so they can walk in for free on the right hand side. They see the lash is going to run into spawn in time, will not die as heavy, but Zen has gone down to Sandy's on the other side, but Josh gets Lenny, so a little pocket advantage momentarily as he gets punctured by a crossbow bolt from distance there. They're still in the fight here. They've turned it into a 4-on-4, but they've just lost one there, and they've thrown players into the meat grinder, and Full Tilt have gladly just ground them up and denied them any chance to cap that point.
Yeah, and Koss survives as well, so this could be a real momentum turner for Full Tilt. Now they're going to cap second, like Condom might not even get forward spawn, it's going to be really close. Like, he's actually not going to get it, so they're going to take mid completely for free. The only thing that can turn this around is if, like, a single player is managing to get a force on Koss. If they take mid for free, they could literally take this entire, all the way to last. Eisen is up on Sniper. I don't know if he's a factor. He's in forward spawn. He's been shut down and fragged immediately. So they're going to get mid for free, and they can, in theory, just keep rolling, take second with a super advantage still in tow. They're going to be able to push second against 5 guys with full advantage. They could, in theory, take this all the way to last now and just completely turn the game on its head.
So then they seize Dr. Phil, he gets juggled forward. Koss isn't even going to pop here. They have managed to work their way in for free.
The health's so bad for Lego. They're so fortunate to survive with 5 people. They only survived with 4, and Zen is on 50 HP. Like, Column's on 70%. Full Tilt could really just take this all the way. They are as well. They're going to just walk straight in, top left. Like, if they can get Condom here, like, this is going to be such an incredible turnaround for them in the round. They're actually not able to get anywhere near Condom. Oh, they actually just go for a sack in the end. I was going to say, I think they had the opening to commit there, but they just obviously decided to go against it. But, I mean, Lego server is telling us that Blue lost their uber advantage, 39 seconds, but they did so much with it. They took the entire map literally with this one advantage without even using. So it's really, really nice play by Full Tilt.
Yeah, I'll take that trade any day of the week. Right now, Lego taking a peek into lobby there just to see what the setup is. Note actually that we've got the battalion's backup here from Josh, and this is a pretty excellent weapon to have, especially if you're expecting a stalemate game or you're in a opposing team to sit back. You can just start to build this up, and it gives you like a second Uber essentially that you can use to break these defenses, or trade Uber and then re-push with it.
How much less damage do you take from the backup?
It's like 35% less damage. It's really significant. Like, you can walk through traps, and it's area of effect like the other banners as well. But Demul's coming in, fragged Sorex, Ubers trade it out here. It feels like Lego fancy their chances. They were going to continue to push with that, but Josh jumps back now. Of course, the other effect of the battalion's back is you get that 10% health boost as well, so you can have 330 when buffed. But right now, it's a multi-pronged push coming in here from Full Tilt as they come in through various entrances, spam the gun down and kill Zen at the same time. Demul's going to jump in here and try and get the foresight or the pick even. It's not even either made it close to having an Uber at the minute, but the play seems to just fizzle out. They rolled the dice, didn't work.
Oh, he might survive. Oh, he gets out with 18 HP. He's so fortunate. I think Josh thought he was going to die, so didn't commit on him, but the alley should really be down now. But Zen and Sorex are both down. They're really far forward in lobby, and Josh hasn't used his backup yet. Like, I assume he's got it. He's done so much damage. He has to have it by now. And I wonder if Full Tilt are even going to know if they noticed.
If you're watching Valve, let us see, banner meter on the STV, but looks like there's an Uber coming in top right. As both medics again trade that charge, but Koss isn't going to make it out this time. Dr. Phil has hounded him down. Koss, rest in peace. Josh finds Salentes. And this is all just crumbling here for Full Tilt. They're going to have to retreat. Aston Ali just getting out a second altogether. They aren't going to contest. They're going to regroup, try and get 6 up again, but that was a huge defense coming out from Lego, and I think Josh still has that battalion's back available.
He hasn't used it. I mean, Dallas is on Sniper. Does that mean that the medic won't die to a headshot if he pops the backup?
He won't, no.
So obviously like an uncharged headshot rather, or a charged body shot even. So that's like the backup actually, it's kind of strange. Like now I'm watching someone use it and thinking about all the possibilities. It's kind of weird no one's done this before.
That's what I said after
we have on
the last grand finals. I was like talking to Sideshow when they were complaining about how they couldn't break it. I was like, man, why don't you just use some of these banners? They're sick. But
yeah, like I've thought about the possibilities of the other banners, but the backup is always one that's just kind of flown under my radar. But like, because I always think about them in terms of how you can push with them, but not so much how you can defend with them and what you can do with them on defense and then turn that into offense. But Josh is
coming behind. Dalash is behind as well. Is he going to get the drop? Oh, he whiffs his shots onto Condom. He was already half health. So he's going to survive for now. But now it's actually Koss. He's coming out to pop here. And Condom, they've actually chased in behind to the lobby here and missing all the action. But in doing that, they've lost 3.
He's popped the backup. He's been juggled in, but he has like this health resistance at the moment. But he's in like a 1v5. But they're taking so long to kill him. In the end, the backup doesn't do that much, but it buys his team a shit ton of time. Like they had to like 1v5 him, and it took about like 6 seconds to kill him.
That's kind of like the ideal situation to use it. It's like just after the Ubers defeat it, and your opponents think, oh yeah, we've got this man advantage, or we're going to get this easy frag, and you pop it off and you have the heals, but unfortunately got separated from his medic. But I think trying to take middle, Lego just going to go for it. Koss has gone down. Sorex and Phil just rush it into him, and Phil survived this somehow. He's still pumping out the damage. He is going to retreat here and look for an arrow. Dalash is trying to make something heroic happen as he guns down Zen there in the lobby, but will be cleaned up by Josh, who is still running the backup here. I'm loving it.
Yeah, Ali's like playing back with a trap on left. Like this should be in theory a take for Lego on second. Actually, maybe not. They don't look set up for it. I guess they're waiting for the spawns, but I guess they're gonna have to take it with Uber now. I'm not sure what the hell is Sorix doing. He's just running alone. Like he should be dead. He's okay. Sorix has survived somehow and just made so much space for his team to run in. He really should have been focused down, but this means Lego can actually take second for free, and they're gonna have full Uber advantage for last and potentially a backup. I don't know. Like Val, please show us it on the HUD. But either way, Josh is going to have an Uber to build the backup up if he doesn't have it yet.
He probably will get it in time if he does any damage in this fight. Anyway, now they're going to come in left-hand side with Scout and Demo. Izon decides to play the point, but missed the stickies there. Ali with the quick dip finds another frag onto Condom. Huge Demo Man defense coming out here from Full Tilt, as it looks like they've held. Josh is just spamming rockets here, trying to build his backup perhaps, but his teammates are so weak they can't really contest here. Like, the backup's effective, but you have to have health in the first place to really get any value out of it. He's just going to continue to spam here and build it up as Full Tilt retake control of second, and the game is still 0-0 here, guys. We've been playing for just over 8 minutes, 21 seconds, or for 21 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock here, Kato.
Yeah, it's been pretty like... It's been quite sloppy from both teams, but at the same time they've been kind of capitalizing on each other's mistakes relatively efficiently. They just haven't been able to take it all the way. Like we saw that one really incredible like long push from last to last from Full Tilt, but then they weren't able to do anything on the opponent's last. We've seen various kind of like turns of play from Lego. No one's like consistent enough to actually take rounds. Zen going down, so it's like gonna open up a real possibility for Full Tilt to take second now. They have a 20% advantage still left over on their Uber, but I think to be honest, Josh is gonna look to contest this by the time they're actually in. And yeah, they do. But they've lost 3 players. This is awful. They have no choice but to retreat to last. Now wait, what? The backup gives you more health?
Yeah, 10% of health boost. That was the most recent change to it, when it was months ago, like, but so you're even outside of the fight, you're stronger.
This is crazy. I can't believe no one's used it. Like, I guess people are just like me, but they're actually in. Full Tilt are in on last. I don't know what's going on. They're just... I don't know, Ali's overextended,
Ali.
They've just come in and gone away, and Ali's been the only one who didn't get the memo, so now he's down. And Iceland's gonna spawn, they're gonna have a chance to push here. Like Josh has he's got it out, he's gonna blow his horn.
Here we go.
God, that sounds ridiculous.
It's the wonky one. And they're gonna move forward here. He's just done enough to gain them free entry on the second. They didn't have to use their charge, but they didn't even have yet, but they're not gonna chase with this. And now they actually have the Uber. Looks like they want to go. They probably feel like they have a little advantage, but it's really not that big. Koss is about to get his charge up here, so danger of whoa, the drop! Josh just lands a rocket right into the chest of Koss, and Sorix chips him down, finds another frag onto Silentes there. And maybe those medic stats are right, Kaidus.
Yeah, they really should stack this point though. I don't know why they don't stack. Thalash gets forward spawn, he's in forward spawn a sniper. They have so many things to worry about that if they just stacked the point they wouldn't have had to. So Sorix goes down, that's because they didn't stack the point. Josh goes down, that's because they didn't stack the point. Arthur goes down, it's because they didn't stack the point. Really, really big misplay from Lego there. They're 3 down now and they have to worry about how they're going to hold mid with this Uber.
They still have the Uber as well, so they can definitely buy time here. Dr. Phil has got the power of this choke to do tons of damage. Zen is feeling it, goes in and finds Ali, Koss, and Phil is going to take down Ast as well. This is huge play coming out from Lego here, and maybe a little bit of hubris there from Full Tilt. Silentes gets spot out going lower, he's being chased by Zen, but this Phil is going to dig Zen out of a hole there. I think Silentes was about to win that 1v1, but Phil will finish him off with a sticky.
Yeah, I think Lego should probably just try and take this in now because they're not going to have a big Uber advantage. Yeah, they are. They're in far left. They isolate Ali. Condom's going for the point alone. What is he doing? Condom, why? Oh, Christ, he's so dumb at times. He's so good, so dumb at the same time. Oh my god. Why did he do that? He just stopped healing people and ran on the point, like in a 5v5 fight on last.
He was just trying to multitask, man. He was like, hey, I can heal, but I can cap at the same time. Forgot that there was, an entire team on the other side of the map there. And I sent Regun. He's been slain.
We'll so dumb. And he's going to watch this cast and he's going to message me and give me some bullshit explanation of why he did that and why it made sense. Because he does it every week that I cast. But there's nothing you can say, man. That was really stupid. That was so dumb.
Oh, I want to hear a remix of that. Okay. Silentes, Ali, and Koss coming in. Lower right. Ali taking a lot of damage here, but he has managed to launch himself skyward, just raining out sticky damage, and it's Ast who's the beneficiary, cleaning up that frag onto Zen. And Koss pops off here to save his weak heavy classes, but As a result, they're going to be able to take middle, but it's a little bit of a leapfrog here as Uber available to Condom momentarily. Josh is taking a look underneath. Doesn't look like they're really gearing up to push. I guess they want to wait till Zen's back on the field before they do anything. They know they've got a lot of time to work with. It's going to be about 20 seconds before Koss gets his charge up. They're just trying to create some space here. Phil is in, eyes on as well, popping shots off. But there's a threat going on behind as God Mill takes down Zen underneath. Are Lego going to turn around to deal with this? Looks like Condom's going to run forward and get forced. And now they're going to run back and try and clean up these frags.
Well, Koss is going to have Uber by the time this is done. It's going to be Uber for Koss and 4v4. And where's Ast? Is he on his own second? What the hell's going on? Okay, I'm watching all the wrong cameras, but either way, it's going to be... Wait, no, yeah. Oh, no. Why was Ast on his own second? He was just like doing laps of his own second for a moment. It really threw me. Anyway. Full tilt now pushing in with the Uber advantage, and Josh is using the backup. It actually just gets Ast. And Silences, that's the backup coming into play. And he's going to get the force as well. They get the force, but they're now like 3 or 4 guys in. They might be able to get some frags with this full tilt, I'm not sure. But in the end, they're 3 down and they're having to retreat. The backup's really throwing a spanner in the works here for them.
The ridiculous thing about that was Josh wasn't even getting hailed, he just had the backup. Like,
yeah.
Condom did not connect the beam and he just managed to slam those nerds. I mean, people underestimate it, but now they're able to roll forward here. They're trying to push through that narrow entrance from Toxic. They're just taking all this damage, and now Condom's going to pop off even though he's 2 down. It looks like they want to try and give chase here, but there's just too much distance between them and Full Tilt. We have Kite at the Uber, and now they're coming in again. They're going to just pump out the damage there towards Toxic, but not going to find any more frags. Josh back on the field now. It will be at least 6 on 6.
Yeah, and Full Tilt just going to blast in here. I mean, Lego are just going to give it up. They're not set up for this at all. They've been completely caught out. They've lost 2. They've lost Condom. There's a massive Uber advantage for us. This is going to be a round right here. There's nothing they can do. It's over. The first round goes to Full Tilt. But like, based on the run of play, it really should... I feel like Lego are actually playing better overall, but they're just making the far more costly mistakes. Like, it's not even so much that Full Tilt are capitalizing on them that well. I mean, they are, but Lego's mistakes tend to be like real clangers. Like, they should have had that last, and Condom just did something absolutely ridiculous. And then... I don't know, I guess, to be fair, Full Tilt are capitalizing a bit more, like, I guess they're punishing a bit harder, but I'm not sure. I feel like Lego have played the better game overall.
Josh running the gumbos now. I mean, I felt like his teammates needed to believe in the power of the backup, like they were playing behind him rather than all around him. But here we go, on the middle number 2. And it's going to be Thalash taking a fat pipe there on the right hand side, serves back. But no one up on the high ground now to deny Zen as he jumps forward. But the counter bomb coming in as Demil gets straight onto Condom. 2 rockets, medic down. And Koss survives, but he is slightly short-handed here. There's a Soda coming in behind him. Josh in onto Koss. Koss with the jukes. And the backup there, the clean up from the scouts, is going to save Koss's life. But Lego haven't really managed to take advantage of this by capping middle or anything useful. So
yeah, Lego have made a real hash of this actually. They're not even going to cap mid. Like, they could have either all committed for Koss or just let Josh go and the rest cap mid. But Swag just destroys that Lash. Oh my god. And they're actually going to cap mid in the end. Like, they really didn't deserve that cap. They made a big mistake there. Like, no synchronization. Like, they all kind of half chased, half capped, and in the end they really should have achieved neither. But they get the cap. They're going to buy enough time to get like some kind of defense going on second. Ison's going to be on sniper, so I guess it's going to be on him to force Koss's Uber or drop Koss. And either way, like, through some circumstance or another, stop Full Tilt being able to push last with this Uber.
Koss walking in from left. They already know the sniper threat is real. Eyes on Dome and Ast. What? Dr. Phil! We were looking at this sniper, but it was Dr. Phil's sticky trap all along that was the real threat. Just obliterates the combo there. Turned them into a fine mist, Kato.
Yeah, I really need those on. Why aren't those on my HUD? I didn't even see that coming, man. I was so surprised. I don't have the sticky outlines on my HUD. Like, I just looked at the cast and I can see that it's like clear as day it's going to happen. But on my game, I don't see that. How do I get that? In the meantime, TF2 is being played though.
TF2 underway as Lego work their way into middle. They've taken control of the capture point. They still have this huge Uber advantage, 80%, as they start to work their way forward. They're going to go Toxic with the combo here. It's Phil, Josh, and Condom coming in. And they're in for free here on the right hand side. Nobody takes above, but they can see lots of players in front of them. No! Gets launched in the air off the Josh rocket. Lands on the Condom. He has to pop to save himself. He didn't want to blink and drop that one. And they're going to be able to take control of CP4 here and just roll forward. Sorex is already in, trying to take down Ali here, but maybe going a little bit past her. And that'll probably just slow things down right now.
That was full out Dante, man. It was like on an island. There was anywhere near him.
Oh my god. Josh was the most far forward man there, but he has gone back. Zen now taking his position, working his way underneath, but again, sticky trap here from Phil. And wow, Salendi's catching a lot of that damage and then catches a pipe to the face right between the teeth there. And Ast still down here, went down in that engagement as well to Zen. Zen gets cleaned up in the lobby, but Lego making this one work despite being in an uber disadvantage. They force qualify as well, and they're playing the point here. This is master from Lego as they just wrap round behind them. The scouts get what was essentially a back tap there to tie it up 1-1.
I don't know what happened there, man. That was a round.
Dr. Pill.
Dr. Pill indeed. Yeah, they just bled players, and then like the Uber had to be forced on Dalash, and I'm not sure. Oh, it was all such a blur, man. But really, I guess really efficient play by Lego there. Like they kind of did everything at once, and really effective.
We need like action replays from 3 different angles for that, man. That was sick. But here we are on the middle, number 3, with 11 minutes 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Sorex is giving away the first frag of middle here, going down to Salendi's. Josh is going to join Sorex in that spawn queue as well. Zen looks like his life is null and void as Lego just lose 3 and have to get out here.
I was gonna say, I think there's a soldier behind, but no, he's actually gone back. There was a soldier behind originally that could have caught Condom off, but in the end he actually retreats. So Condom's going to make it out, I think. But it's a matter of will Condom be able to get Uber in time. Ali's on the chase, but I think Condom's going to make it back. But they're just going to try and blast straight into last year. I think they're going to leave one guy capping. No, Ali's just going for the sack, but Condom has seen it coming a mile off. He's nowhere near, and Ali is going down.
He can only hit those pipes on land, mate.
Yeah. Apparently he has a terrible computer or something like that.
Yeah, it's a shitty laptop. I've seen it on Twitter there recently. He's got it like balanced on 2 bowls to stop it from overheating. It's fucking weird.
That's pretty good. Yeah, on that mid, Phil and like I don't know, there was so much damage on full tilt, but just no one cleaning it up. Like before anyone on Lego had died, there was 3 players for full tilt: Salentes, Dimo, and Ali, all on red HP, but just no one able to turn frags on them. So in the end, they don't get anything for it. So another sack comes in. I don't think anything's going to come of it. There's like a heavy just blasting him in the air. We're at 1-1 with 10 minutes to play, so this is a pretty decent game.
Pipes rain in and over Condom's head there as he looks totally the wrong way, but manages to dodge them anyway. Now they've walked in to the lobby. This is the Lego forward hold that we'd seen during the season. And they're sitting here tied up, 1-1. They're probably feeling pretty comfortable. There is a damage being traded lower there, but it's gonna be, well, I guess it's on full tilt here to make the first move.
Yeah. Yeah. Lego have the gun on last as well as insurance policy, so they can just trade Ubers here, then back up into the gun. Like if anything goes vaguely wrong, they can just quickly back up, have the gun as like the safety net. It also insures them against things like spies and these kind of various plays. But I feel like it does leave them slightly vulnerable on lobby because there's 3 doors and only 4 combat like players to watch them. Like this scout kind of peeks in and gets halfway in. I feel like with a skip jump from lower, a soldier could potentially like have a decent shot at getting onto Condom. Because there's various openings where like sure Zen is gonna hit a spam rocket on him, but a 300 HP soldier walking in there, like he's gonna take like 50 damage from Zen, and still have like 250 HP to like get onto Condom.
And there's a kind of Highlander mentality going on there as well, like the fact that they're playing forward from the gun, and they're gonna fall back to it. Something that I think a lot of Sixes teams neglect to do. They usually have a gun on last right beside where their combo is or in close range of.
I remember the classic mix-up barrel pit lessons from way back in the day. This is like I can't remember who, but like various mix-up players would always talk about this. How to play with the gun efficiently on G-Pit was the secret to being masters of the map. It was all about playing in front of the gun and backing up into it.
Exactly. Onto that oil spot, man. But in the meantime, both Salentis and Jamil have sacrificed themselves in here. And Condom Ubers as well at the same time as they use the backup just for that double protection, And is he going to get juggled here? Ali's all over him, and Condom. Oh, that was just a bit of a clanger there. Has gone down. So really, like taking the bait, but
Josh is playing really far forward in lobby. I think they're just going to try and turn frags on anyone that comes forward. They get Ali. That's 2 players down now. One's a respawner as well for full tilt. They're really outnumbered this fight, and Josh has found a way behind. He's straight onto us. He's going to get him.
Huge plays there.
They've bled out lots of players in the meantime. Ison's still on NG, so they were a man down for that whole fight, but what it does mean is they still have the gun on last. Condom's now spawned, and it's a kind of a pocket NG situation here, and Ison just runs in, gets 2 frags, but then does die, but they're pretty sure his gun's still there, so last is secure, but no Uber advantage has been built for Lego, really. They have 12% advantage, but in theory, they could, I wouldn't be so surprised if Lego tried to kind of use the idea of that Uber advantage to push out here. I wouldn't do it personally, but Like in theory, they could scare Full Tilt away. I feel like, and they're the type of team to try and make that play.
Was feeling like it was, disastrous that Condom went down, but then just the fact they had that gun insurance policy and they were taking the fight like so far forward, really gave them that option to like just go in and make it happen, and they still
because there was one man down for Lego, not for Lego, sorry. There was one man down for Full Tilt, kind of as Condom went down, and they turned a frag onto Ali really fast. So from that moment onwards, it was almost in Lego's like hands, but they just ended up bleeding like one too many players. I think the gun actually came back to hurt them there because they were like one man light on the front.
Demul sniping here. He's in the lobby looking for an angle onto the medic now. Turns his attention to the right hand side. He's looking for a soldier, but he isn't going to find anything just yet. He can see Dr. Phil's head bobbing up and down there, getting spammed from the right hand side though. Everybody very much aware of this sniper threat. Got a peek right hand side, but cannot find the dome. Now he sees 2 or 3. It's just like Christmas has come early here, but Demul is not going to be able to land that headshot and retreats outside. The clock continues to tick down. 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. 1-1 here between Full Tilt and Lego on map number 1 of this best of 3 series.
I'm just trying to think now. There's 5 minutes 30 left on the in-game clock, so that's really not time for a round, right? Like if it goes to the round timer, there's going to be like 45 seconds left in the new round.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's really no possibility for Lego to kind of hole up here. Well, I guess there kind of is. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter actually because it's 1-1. But I get kind of a weird feeling whenever I see Lego in this situation because they're the type of team that's just going to make a random like full commit play like 2 minutes before they get a mid reset. You know what I mean?
What we're saying here is that the best play for Lego right now is just to hold unless it's like a total wipe or something.
Yeah. Well, not quite yet. Like in a couple of minutes we get to that point, but I feel like they're not the type to do it. Like they will just see it like a micro advantage to use. Josh back on the backup now, so you can see he's maybe he's going to try and make another backup play. But I'm not sure. Either way, at the moment he's farming damage and getting a lot of it. He completely destroys the soldier on the far left. Do you know how much damage he actually needs to get the banner up?
I think it's more than the conch, but less than the buff banner.
I don't know what you
so I can't tell you the exact value. Just flip open the wiki.teamfortress.com. Someone in Twitch chat will tell us, but it builds relatively fast. Like it is definitely viable. I think part of the reason it hasn't been picked up so quickly since it was unbanned is that it's not actually available in the PogChamp playlist. I use it a lot in TF2Pickup.net, but it's not in the whitelist. Sorry, playlist. What am I talking about? Here we go. Ibris being traded on that right hand side, but it just seems to be a very much textbook trade. They want to take the Uber out of the equation and then try and make something happen, but George has gone in deep trying to get that med pick.
This one's kind of committed on Engineer. Like I think they did so much damage. It's so unfortunate they don't get any frags there. Like I think both Scouts and Kos, like Kos was 10 HP, there was 2 other guys on about 10 HP and just no one able to turn any frags, and Full Tilt are kind of looking to commit here. They trade 1 for 1 in soldiers and Izon's chasing a Scout out. It's just like his 4th shotgun frag on Engineer this game. But it's kind of a relatively stalemate situation as they both trade 2 for 2 and it's going to be a reset I think. Apparently it takes 690 to build up. So that's information. Sounds like you're Googling.
Not me, mate. I'm just waiting for you to drop me some Battalion's backup knowledge as I watch Izon move his gun from the left to the right. He is just a mastermind.
They're Ubering in, they think they have advantage. This is a play they've been doing all night in scrims where they try and power build and they try and catch teams out not building correctly. And sometimes it comes back to bite them in the arse. They lose both scouts here off the back of this push, and this is going to be a real opportunity for Lego to push out. 3 players down now, only Demul as a potential threat in this situation. Like Ali sticky traps and a potential Demul player. That's all Lego need to worry about as they push out. The stickies get Sorex, so that's one thing. And Demul's going in lower, and he gets a frag on Josh as well. So Demul's behind now. He's going to get onto Condom. He's not going to get him in the end, but I mean, Ali single-handedly denies his push out from Lego and keeps his team kind of in control of this game.
Here they come now. Oh, Full Tilt. They're unleashing the hounds of war. It's going to be asked. And Dalash trying to pour in here. They're just taking the high ground. They're not rushing onto the point. Condom style. They're going to try and get some frags here or soften their opponents up. Abuse that high ground advantage before they really commit to it. Delintes goes in to force the issue and just draw players onto the point. But now it seems like Full Tilt are finally going to be able to claim that round and get themselves back in the lead here. 2-1. 2 minutes 40 on the clock.
I didn't have my camera in like the right position to see exactly what happened on this Lego push out, but it's kind of criminal that happens. Like the sticky trap was the most default sticky trap you can do in that situation. Like Sorex, like like obviously he's renowned for dying in stupid ways, but it's really really bad timing for him to do that. And then I guess the pipe from Ali,
It was
you can only
like
give credit.
Josh was going out under, and Demille was right above him, and Demille just dropped in behind him. So Josh jumped in and probably called his team out to push in on his damage. They forgot the basics about checking for sticky traps, but both of them went down. But here we are on to mid fight number 4, 2-1 in favour of Full Tilt, and they are coming out strong. Or no, in fact they are not. They are running with their tails tucked between their legs, as I get the team colours confused there. But Aston Koss are
Sark's
on
is hard
full retreat
chasing
here.
this. He's found like Ast even building, and he's taken the 1v1. Why didn't he just turn around and go back? It doesn't make any sense. He just sees a buff scout and takes a 1v1 with him on last. Like,
He's fucking Sorex, man.
yeah, but it's like no matter what happens there, the only thing he can do is trade. If he hits every shot, he can trade 1-for-1 with Ast there.
He's gonna
It's like-
fucking hit 6 meat shots with the scout gun, then pistol down Koss, hit every shot, finish him off with the basher. Alright, mate, he's fucking Sorex.
It's just crazy, man. Like, it's just outrageous. Like, God's sake. Either way, Lego have 1 minute and 15 seconds to break the stalemate and force the golden cap.
This is do or die right now for Lego. Josh gonna jump forward, trying to get some information for his team, and he gets that vital information that there is a gun there. Headshot coming in from Ice on the right side. The lash is down. They can spam this gun down, but they have been forced to use the Uber. Koss is popped, trying to encourage his team forward, but they'll beat them out. They're 2 down at the minute. Demille and Lash are out of the picture for 10 seconds. Lego can really do this right now if they just focus these frags down, but they've sent Zen in out of time with everyone else. They're just going to stand on the point and they get it. 2-2. We're going to a golden cap, baby.
I could only say that has to be horrible from Full Tilt. What force Koss? Oh, Zen actually got in really deep and got like really nice rockets onto Koss, I think. No, wait, that's in the repush. I don't know what force Koss there, but
Koss
really...
just Ubered after they Ubered. He wanted his team to go forward and crush them, but Koss was running forward across the point, and the 3 guys were like standing up on the high ground watching him like, why the fuck did you just Uber, bro?
Yeah,
but,
like they're completely caught in 2 minds, I guess. Like on the one hand, they want to catch them out with the Uber, and then the other, like half of them want to like hold the Uber. But I don't know. That was a really, really soft, weak hold from Full Tilt, and they're gonna be pretty pissed, I think, about that. Yeah, I checked the replay like on the stream, and I thought like the Zen got in deep for a moment, but it was actually as part of the repush. Like Zen really opened up the repush nicely for them. Like he got in, did a big rocket on Koss, took all the attention away, and then his team was able to follow up after the Ubers were out of the way. So yeah.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
I wonder, do we have time to look at the logs? What do you think, Sim? Can I risk it for a biscuit? Sure, he says, sure. I still have that log link open, right? We can make it happen. Oh, I think I closed it. Don't worry, I've opened it up. We can see the logs coming up momentarily. No, reload. Reload. Oh, we've got I don't see shit, Sim.
I can see it on the stream. So we see fat performance by both demo men. 20 and 10, 317 DPM for Phil. 26 and 11, 340 DPM for Ali. So like both demos playing like an integral part of this game. Yeah, like both demos really turning up. I'm not really sure, like one scout for either team showing up, I guess, like in terms of frags, like Sorex for 26, going 26 for 24, Ast 21 for 14. So obviously way more efficient, but then in the other comparison we have Thalash 11 for 13, Eyes on 15 for 14. So it's kind of weird, like we matched both those scouts up in the pre-game stats and they both kind of like went toe to toe, but in our own respective ways, I guess.
Look at the demo man as well, like the getting a lot of frags and not even dying that much. Like in recent seasons, demo men have had to take a kind of back seat, but here we see them coming out as these powerhouse fraggers and seemingly staying alive in a lot of engagements. Dr. Phil is showing up, Ali's slightly ahead of him there, but Dr. Phil has clearly done enough to keep him contained.
Oh yeah, like the differences in these stats, like obviously Ali had a few more frags, but like the difference in damage is negligible. Like it literally is like pretty much no difference. Both like had really, really big moments. Like if we think about the Phil drop on Koss, Ali with like the huge defense on fourth, which was actually what prompted the second round that Full Tilt took. If it wasn't for like Ali's play there, they don't take that round for sure. But I mean, like I kind of got a point the finger and say like Thalash really had no impact on this game. It felt to me like there was a couple of chances he had where he had some flanks where he could have done something, but then just didn't quite connect the shots. Like he went 11 for 14. He's been like putting up some really nice stats like a lot of this season. Like in the games they've won, he's often come out like, you know, like with like 25 for 10 kind of stats. And this game it's like 11 for 14. It's really not like what they come to expect from him, I think.
Kind of underwhelmed by Zen as well, talking about players who are underperforming.
Yeah.
There was so many times in the game where it was like, okay, neither team has Uber. They're setting up here for a stalemate or a play, and it's like, oh shit, Zen's down. He always seemed to be out of sync with his team.
I was going to say, I don't think I said Zen's name once until the end of the game, where he did. Well, I thought he did something that he actually didn't do. But I don't think
even that bomb in at the end, he was like 5 seconds ahead of his team. I thought they'd thrown it, but they just managed to stack it on the point, and Phil was pumping out the damage.
Yeah.
But just a little overeager or something. Like, he needs to stay alive more. Like, his stats tell you that. 23 deaths for 10 frags, 7 assists.
Just watch Sideshow's demos.
Looks like we're going live here, so no more stats. It's golden cap time, baby. One team must win here as we're in a best-of-3 series. This is only map 1 though, it's Reckoner, and Dr. Phil rolling out there from Cargo, whatever the kids are calling it. And he's actually beaten to middle by Ali, but both teams just setting up. Nobody really taking the initiative this time. Josh is just walking forward despite being on the low ground. He and Zen jumping forward, but Josh, after killing off the mill, gets wrecked mid-air by Thalash. And Lego actually find themselves with the man advantage briefly, but it's turned into a 4-on-4. Lego's health is terrible. Zen's gonna go down, and most of Lego are running away here, but Flash was behind there, and then he decided to go back again to the middle.
It was a bit of a throw. Well, from my perspective, it looked like a bit of a throw from Lego. Like, they got the numbers, they got the position, and it just kind of ran at full tilt and took shitloads of damage from Ali. Thalash got a frag, Ask got a frag, like the scouts for full tilt coming up there. But it looked like Lego had full control of that and then just kind of got over eager. Like, wanted more from it than they really earned, and gave it back to full tilt in the end. But either way, we're going to see a stalemate, I think. We haven't really seen that many stalemates between mid and second in this game. In fact, we haven't really seen any. But I think now we're in Golden Cap, it's looking a bit cagey. Like, that mid itself was really cagey, like very standoffish. And eventually, like, one soldier jumped, so the other soldier then decided to jump. But it was really like kind of 6 guys just staring at 6 guys. So now it's not surprising at all that we find a stalemate between mid and second. Eyes on up and Sniper, but nothing really going on at the moment.
He just took a shot at someone through a wall. I saw that, Eyes on. Please send this kid on vacation. I don't know what he was shooting at there, but he fired off a shot, and they're definitely aware that there is a sniper on the field at least. I don't know if we caught that on camera.
I told you, he's probably playing CS, he's just trying to wallbang them.
That was weird. Now they see him there, and they're not phased at all. They're trying to actually pressure him out here. They're going to try and send 2 underneath to perhaps jump up on Izon, get all up in his grill, but no, they're going to be pushed back. And this could be one of those particularly slow golden caps, but as I say that, Izon connects the headshot onto Salentes.
I think you might be overhyping that frag. I don't think it's going to result in any kind of action.
They have a little bit more freedom now. I mean, Full Tilt are trying to cover the same number of doors with the fewer players.
Oh my god, that was like a pixel.
Headshot onto Cost, toggled. And wow, why did he not play Sniper earlier in the match? As he's coming up with the big entry frags here to make a fight happen in the middle.
What the fuck? I just watched that on the replay. That was ridiculous. He's gotta be cheating.
Ast runs behind, kills off Izon. He's going to start the back cap. He'll be calling for his teammates to come in, but Slinties is some distance away from the point here. They won't be able to block it. But Ast has been called behind, and looks like he wants to spawn camp Izon here. Is Izon going to remember? We'll find out soon. Ali's still down though, so Lego are continuing to push forward into second. And they've pretty much gotten free admission here with no stickies being available. And Ast has given up on spawn camp and Izon and is now coming in behind from Toxic. A weak Zen is there picking up a med pack, but now it's a scout 1v1 in middle as Lego do take that CP4 cap. Ast kills one scout, looks for a second, but will go down to Sorex, and that's just turned at Lego's heads enough for Full Tilt to come out here and take the point back.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't try and repush. Like, they had to, like, they have all their bodies on the point, which means Lego could have walked in from I don't know what we call it. Were you calling it cargo? Like the main big lobby area between mid and second?
Yeah.
They could easily have walked in there and taken a fight like 5v5, but they opt not to. Eyes on back up on Sniper, and I guess you can't really blame him after that. After that previous play, I would just play Eyes on Sniper for the rest of the game.
Maybe we could make up a new name for this room, you know, just to fuck with people, like Warehouse.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Green Room. Boxes.
boxes. It's great. Have toxic unboxings.
Let's start a straw poll, please. We still do have eyes on sniping here, and maybe, you know, Full Tilt are going to show a little bit of respect now that they've seen he is actually on form today. He sees the heal beam right now. Is going to connect a shot to the knee there of that soldier, but no headshots as yet. No real oh, what? What? What's... Koss is just... huge balls there. He just steps out into the sniper sight line for no apparent reason, just to kind of goad him, I guess. That's what I'm pinning on it, kaidus.
To what?
He just, like, Izon was watching this angle and he'd hit a couple of people, and Koss just walks out and stands there and like strafes from side to side.
Just like, you know, he's not phased, you know.
Yeah, total mind games on here, or else he just doesn't understand the sight lines.
Koss has had like a couple of clangers today, so maybe he doesn't. Who knows?
So it's going to be Izon versus Thalash here. Thalash, of course, the infamous sniper. Izon trying to make a name for himself. Salendi's taking a lot of damage there, down to 11 health, but no one is able to follow up on that. Izon playing very passively here on middle all the way back. It is still a golden cap, guys. You know, there's no time limit here. This round can go on indefinitely until someone, you know, just digs deep, finds the constitution, the minerals to make a big play here, make something happen. And Thalash seems to be that guy. He's starting to walk forward on the right hand side. He's got this fully charged shot, looking for that angle.
Koss. Oh, he's got like a glimpse of Koss from over there, but he gets Ellie instead. That could potentially open things up.
It's the same angle again. It's a huge pick right now, as Uber gets popped off here by Koss to save Salentis. And Condom still has his Uber. They're not even going to take the trade now, they're just going to run away. Now Josh is calling them forward. They've got Dr. Phil in tow here as well. It is 5 on 5 though. The Mill and Sorex both down respectively. Josh walks forward and still they haven't popped eyes up and Dome's Koss. This is a collapse.
This could be it. There's a soldier in behind. If they can clean this up, then that should be it. It's just Thalash and Ellie. If Thalash can drop Condom, that's just about the only saving grace I could see for them here.
All Condom has to do is pop, get out of here, close the distance, put pressure onto Ali so they can cap that point. This is huge.
It's over. They can't hold it, there's no way. They're just moving on the point. No, they have to cap. Somebody's spawns come in.
Uh-oh, here comes the spawns. Death rains down from above, but the Lego follow-up comes in immediately. As all those players collapse on the point, they get collapsed upon themselves. And Lego steal it. They've gotten the golden cap and they're going to be 1-0 up in the series.
This is Full Tilt's map as well. Like, I called it at the start. I said this was such a crazy pick. I don't know why they picked this map. It's really come back to bite them. Like, they didn't look convincing at any point in this game. Like, I said it about 20 minutes into the regulation time. Like, well, when not 20 minutes in, but whenever Full Tilt took their 1-0 lead, like, by the balance of play up to that point, Lego had honestly played better. Full Tilt were lucky. Like, I know that it was kind of Lego with the last minute equalizer, but over the full, like, stretch of play, Lego definitely deserved this map, I think.
Yeah, especially in that golden cap round, like they played very patiently. Obviously, it was slow, but right at the end when they needed to make the plays, it all just went their way. Eyes on hitting those headshots, and Josh getting in deep. First of all, forcing off that early pop, the pussy pop from Koss onto Salentis, and then just, you know, having the wherewithal to chill out for us so they can group up with Dr. Phil so they could push forward with the kind of combined firepower.
That was a really, really nicely played golden cap by Lego. No, I mean, if you think about some of the highlight moments, like this eyes on headshot to get them out of the second hold, the eyes on pick then to set up a push onto second, the way they engineered like that Uber advantage, took second, like eyes on again with a snipe onto Koss, and then eyes on again actually onto last. Like I said, the only threat was potentially if Thalash could drop Condom, was the only way I could see them losing, and then pretty much as I said it, eyes on just took Thalash out of the game. So like huge play by eyes on in that golden cap, but as a team in general, like, they took advantage, like, of all the situations Izon created for them really, really well. Really, really nice. Like, sick golden cap.
It was beautiful. We are trying to fix our log issues here. Sim, is this working for you now? I've loaded it up. Do I have to control the stats? Oh, Sim's back in the driving seat, guys. Forget about the golden cap logs. Well, I suppose it wasn't a long golden cap. We can look at them if you want, but for anyone wondering, we're going to Gully Wash. We have arrived. This is map 2 of the series, the third map, a potentially deciding map. will be granary, but right now this is an upset on the cards. Lego, who finished second in the main season.
Yep.
Full Tilt, previously known as Perilous, were number one, Nameless in third. But Lego potentially going to climb up those seedings. Full Tilt have been seemingly in a little bit of a decline without Mike and having to use Demul. And today, Demul, who sold out on Lego, finds himself a map down here in this crucial series. Like, the winner of this game is going to go ahead to the grand final. The loser, I don't know if they even get a mouse mat anymore with these ETF2L prize pools, but it is definitely everything to play for here.
Yeah, and there's a lot to play for Full Tilt. Interesting stat that someone just messaged me. If Full Tilt were to lose this map, it would be the first ever team to be first seed and not finish in the top 2 of the season. So this is a retarded stat that someone messaged me, because this is the first season where the number 1 seed could finish anywhere other than top 2 in the season. So screw you, random guy on Steam. That was completely not worth pointing out. Anyway. But they would actually be only the second team ever after TLR to come first seed and then not finish first. So that wouldn't be very good. But yeah, Gully Wash. So this is the map that, I don't know, this is Lego's pick now.
Yep.
They've lost their own pick. They're probably not going to be in the best state mentally after that. I don't think they're going to be all over the place, but they won't be feeling good at all. I don't think they haven't lost a map to Lego since last season. They 2-0'd them this season. It's not a team they're accustomed to losing to, and like I said, I felt like they kind of got outplayed in that previous map. Yeah, it was a really close game, but I kind of felt like Lego deserved the win. So coming into now the map where Full Tilt have really looked a bit kind of lost, to be honest, when I've seen them play it lately. When they've played Nameless, they look like they don't really have plans for how to push various areas. They just throw Thalash on Sniper and hope he hits things in the head. So if Lego can kind of take control of this game, and actually take some rounds, I don't know. I don't know where Full Tilt's rounds come from on this map.
I mean, I was catching up on a few threads today on Teamfortress.tv, and I was reading the classic debate about how playing slow is in the game, and boo-hoo, we can't figure this out. And is the situation here going to be where Full Tilt are going to be the team trying to, play it slow and impose their will, and Lego are going to try and break them, or?
Well, something we didn't really talk about in the pre-game is I know that Ips has been today specifically coaching Full Tilt, and it's weird. I didn't really see any of it in the PCW, in the match. But when I was watching Nameless scrim them earlier, it felt like Perilous or Full Tilt were repeatedly kind of trading Ubers and then kind of power building and trying to catch out the other team, not building correctly.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see any of that in the match. So I'm wondering if maybe we're going to see this in some of the stalemates, because, like I say, I've never been convinced by Full Tilt's play when they have control of Gully Wash. When they have mid Uber, I've never seen them really do anything other than either in the Sideshow era just sack Sideshow in repeatedly, and in the post Sideshow era they just have Thalash snipe. And I don't know. Like I said, I saw this a lot in the scrim earlier today, so I'm wondering if it was. I don't know if it was something they were intentionally doing or what, but basically that's what I'm looking out for this game. How are they going to play from the stalemates?
We saw them try to do that once to break last on Reckoner, but yeah. I think Galleywash, the stalemate between second and third, is a much better situation to try and do that, because the distances to push are so short. You pretty much know where the medic is going to be standing, more or less.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to get that assassination Uber play going, it definitely could work. But if they're watching the stream right now, they we may have just sold them down the river here. Sorry, Full Tilt, but
the glory of online play.
Nameless kaidus here is working for the other side. He wants to see the Lego upset.
Thinking, on the other hand, it may be that they went into the game I could be just it could have just been something that happened by coincidence in the scrim. It might not have been their plan at any point, but let's just say hypothetically it was part of their plan. Josh running the backup could kind of have turned that plan on its head, because obviously in all the post-Uber scenarios they've had this banner to worry about a lot of the time from the stalemates, and that probably just made everything a lot more complicated for them. It'll be interesting to see if Josh is going to continue to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of fearing for Full Tilt now. On the one hand, Lego have a pretty good capacity to choke. I wouldn't be surprised if Condom throws this game entirely, as he tried to throw Reckoner. Do you remember that play on last? We didn't really talk about that retroactively.
Where he stood on the point?
Yeah.
And died to a sentry gun?
Yeah.
I didn't think there was much more to say about that. Just a Condom moment.
That was a really good one.
I can see why he did it. Or like in that, they had them pinned back on the one side of the point. He just forgot that the spawn had two entrances. I think he thought it was like, checkmate. I'm gonna cap now, motherfuckers. It didn't work out that way. And we had a good bit of condom gold there for the highlight reel or the bloopers reel. On the server right now, I do see 11 players, and by my estimations, the player that's missing is Zen. I don't know where he's gone, but he is not here right now.
It's in spec.
I can't see that on my scoreboard. I installed the TFTV HUD today.
Oh my god, what a casual.
I can't actually see who's in spec here. Shaking my head on the bombulator. Please update the HUD. We need to know who's in spec. No, it's looking clean. Just after I used it at DreamHack Summer, I was like, I must actually get this HUD. And, now I'm playing in the big leagues, I am rocking the finest HUD in TF2 that no one else can get, because, it's a private HUD. Rest in peace, nerds. Some threads on TFTV. Where can I download HUD? Nowhere, that's where. 12 players on the server right now, though, Kaidus. I want to hear your prediction for Gollywash.
I'm getting it on with nerds in Twitch chat. Oh no, my computer crashed. Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
I'm not getting it on with nerds in Twitch chat. I was going to have an argument. Anyway, yeah, my computer's alive, so that's great. What did you want to hear?
Who do you think is going to win?
I think, honestly, Full Tilt are probably going to win. I think LEGO should win based on each team's ability to play this map, but I don't trust LEGO in pressure scenarios. Like, when they see the win, I don't count on them to, like, follow through and actually deliver. I think they're probably going to choke. But based on who's, like, playing well, LEGO should really take this, like, 3-1, something like that, Here
we go. On our way to mid-fight number 1 here on Gollywash. LEGO currently 1 map up in the series. And Sorik's going to rush up right outside and poke Ali a little bit, but Zen is considering going up drop down. He's just faking it out right now. He's been spotted out by Demul, so both rumors very much on the radars. Josh straight into Demul, though. Takes that frag underneath. And Salenti's down to like 10 health. He's trying to jump up the drop down. He does manage to make it up and regroup with his team. Takes a fat arrow there, but LEGO just looking strong in that first mid fight. Intimidating Full Tilt.
They're going straight in big door as well. Like, all of Full Tilt are around their choke area. They have a scout in lobby. They've completely taken over like position now. Like Full Tilt just playing from top, and Josh actually gets dropped. So this is a really weird situation now for LEGO. Condom's piecing it. Dr. Phil's going to go down, but Condom's going to get out of Uber and tow at least, and we're going to be looking at some kind of situation on mid now. Is there a scout still behind for LEGO? Yeah, Sorix is behind. He's buying a lot of time for his team at the moment. If he wins this 1v1, it could be crucial. He does win the 1v1 against them all. That's a crucial play. Another 1v1 for Sorix with Dalash or Ast, but Dalash actually wins that one. And Izon goes down in the meantime, but we're going to have an Uber trade on mid now.
Uber popped off here by Cost Condom as already managed to make it out there. Only 3 players up for LEGO right now. As control of middle swings in Full Tilt's favour. Josh and Dr. Phil just trying to abuse this choke point to make their lesser numbers do work, and Phil finds the frag onto Salenti's, but they both ended up overcommitted. Condom and Josh going down there. Dr. Phil just left holding his head in his hands in lobby as he sticks up these shutter doors, but they aren't going to be able to contest second, and they might just lose last right now.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Like, if LEGO are just straight up throwing, what the fuck are they doing?
They are clearly a little overconfident after taking that first round, Like, they went 3 versus 5 at Big Door, which was working out for them, but at the point they had to reload, they needed to walk back together, but they got
just
separated.
Stood there and, like, was like, yeah, they just... I don't know, that was kind of crazy. Full Tilt just literally rolled over them. So, but Full Tilt can be good, feeling good after that round. It's like the kind of round they needed to get back into the game.
Sim says that Condom jumped into stickies as well. Here we are, mid-fight number 2. That first round only took about 2 minutes. And Dr. Phil just spamming pretty much uncontested into all these grouped up Full Tilt players. Cost just about going to get out there.
4 HP! That's so unfortunate they don't get him, but they're going to get mid again. And this time, it's been messy enough that LEGO aren't going to get baited into doing some god-awful push into second that punishes them and loses them the round. They're going to get time on second, but it looks like Full Tilt want to contest from top here. It could just be a straight up, like, there's no Ubers in play. It's kind of questionable for Full Tilt to contest this, but they're making a fair go at it.
Why are LEGO so scared right now?
I don't know. They're just kind of giving them a lot of respect. They had to kind of come through a choke to take this fight, and Columns actually ended up popping super early. Koss doesn't even have it yet, but they're nowhere near Koss. They're not going to force him. He's going to use now, but I mean, it's so late. Condom's probably going to be lucky to get out here. Ali can just hit pipes and it's over, but Ali's missing! Condom with the jukes, he makes it out. But yeah, really great play.
He's going to be able to hold on at choke there as well. But yeah, like at one point in that play, there was three full tilt players who were on top of the CP2, like not anywhere within range of Costas' heals. They could have focused those guys down and cut them off, but
like LEGO have done the kind of the same thing twice now. They win mid, they go second, they screw second, and then they just give up mid straight away. It's kind of weird, like what they're doing, but it looks like they're gonna be slightly more stable on second now. But I wouldn't be surprised if full tilt just walk in, to be honest. Like Josh ain't there. Josh is screwing around in spawn trying to change loadouts. He's got the backup back on, it looks like, and they're power building at the moment. Full tilt. They might try and catch LEGO out here.
Really working on their fundamentals under Coach Ips. They have that charge up. They'll be looking to push. They're trying to decide where to go. Looks like Costa's going to drop down to Big Door here with Salentes, Demul, and
I think they're
in the
not going
mix.
to use it. I don't think they're going to use it. Like, oh, I couldn't tell if they were going to use it for sure, but they're definitely not. So now it's kind of on Josh. Like Josh has the backup, so it's kind of a weird scenario. I was on with a pick on Ass, Josh with the backup building. So it's kind of a good situation for LEGO now that these Uwers have stabilized. And Sorix is pasturing in the meantime, but they get God. That's something.
Izon has Ali in his crosshairs, but can't connect the shot. He sees Cost as well. Cost wants to push forward here, just try and deny that sniper any breathing space, but not hitting the shots this time. Izon not being very effective right now, and his teammates are pretty weak as the heals are pumped out into the sniper to keep him, you know, in a position where he can pop off shots. He walks out and dies to Ali's sticky trap. Now Josh is going to have to take this solo, but he managed to get about a second milk there, but really what can he do? He's looking for the follow-up from Phil. They've got Cost stuck in a corner here. They're going to come out for this frag. Doesn't look like it as they just turn around and destroy Godmill and Thalash with the battalion's backup being popped off as well. Like they could have had their pick of the frags there, knowing that that was in play. They could have chased the combo down, but they decided to just clean up the flank instead.
Yeah, LEGO are back in control of the game as well. I mean, if they stack this point, it looks like they're actually going to stack it. They should deny this spawn wave. They're just going to deny it, so they're going to get second for free. If they actually take position and don't let full tilt just contest from top for free, which they really shouldn't. They're just getting in, taking over space. This really should be their second. The soldier's going in for a play. He actually just gets Josh. So, are LEGO actually going to throw another second push, like a third second push in a row? They're not going to take it over when they really have every right to. I don't know if this is good play from full tilt at this point or horrendous play from LEGO. Zen's back in, actually gets Thalash. I thought it was Cost, that's why I got a little bit excited. But LEGO actually going to cap out the second now, full tilt giving it up. But LEGO have looked so questionable taking over second. That was like 5v3. And
it was like Salentes made a nice play. He saw that Josh was up top on the little ledge above choke and had no heal, so he just counter jumped him and landed 2 rockets. But like meanwhile the actual combo where maybe Josh should have been was coming in from Big Door, but Slinty slowed it down, but it wasn't enough to
Bill's in.
deny it. They're second 2 here looking for the force Zen and Phil going in deep, but they will not make Cost pop. And they've got some intel here about what the defensive setup was. We got asked on heavy, but he has just switched off. It looks like they want to go for it.
I guess they have no choice but to go for it. Like if they're going to do that, like you have to punish them for like throwing the demo in. But I mean the spawns are up now, so it's going to be iffy for full tilt. Salentes is on top. They're going to isolate a frag onto Josh, so now they actually have a chance to push. They're in top for free. Salentes could make like something happen here. Condom's just kind of they're going for the rat play, I think.
Going for the back cap. Someone played the point. They've been too slow. They've just been like going through molasses there. But if they'd gone directly, they might have been able to make it work. But Sorik's gonna lay his life down to ensure that Condom can escape. But I mean, like sacking the demo man in the first place was kind of cool. Like it was the bait that Full Tilt took. But just Josh being in the wrong place whenever they were trying to buy time for the respawns, or whatever.
Eisen on last, doesn't quite get it, but gets a lot of cap time. So that's like, he'll be happy with that situation, like 1-for-1 trades, a lot of cap time, he can come back as whatever he wants. But yeah, like that situation kind of played out the way LEGO expected, I guess, but then for some reason Josh just gets caught out, and then, I don't know. I was kind of fearing for them when Josh died, so I guess this rat play was kind of a good idea, just kind of poorly executed at the end of the day.
Here they go, they're going to Uber in from main Josh, and Sorik's getting the flashes here. Condom's trying to make it out through the roller door, but denied again by the sticky spam of Ali. No medic up right now for LEGO, but Demul has gone down on the full tilt side. And they still have a heavy here. It doesn't look like they're in any great rush to push out. Ast gets 1v1'd by Sorex, who's now underneath. He's going to try and take the fight with the heavy.
Josh,
He's
he's in on Cos, he gets it!
The Lash just destroys the heavy despite him having the heals and everything. The Lash was looking the wrong way there. He didn't think that Sorex was going to be dumb enough to rush in and challenge a heavy, but he was.
He's always dumb enough. I could never count anything against this guy, but it was fairly well synced. Like, Josh came in and like cleaned up Cos at the same time. And they did all this without a medic and with a sniper, so only one scout. So like, I don't know. Kind of weird, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it. Pretty weird. Pretty Sorex.
It works though. 1-1 here on to mid-fight number 3, and we have 21 minutes, 28 seconds on the clock. And it's going to be full tilt, trying to take over Red Torture, coming up that right-hand side. They've got them stuck in the elbow. They're pretty weak here. Sunny's just cut off the retreat with spammed rockets. Lego find themselves 2 down here. Josh is just standing waiting for an arrow. He's going to get it. He's got 2 scouts at the back turn, but he's whiffing the rockets. Does finally connect onto Ast as the Lash gets forced up top. And that was huge from Josh there, just standing patiently waiting for that arrow.
Full Tilt are completely committed as well. Like, their entire combo pushed choke already. They thought they had this mid in the bag. They went all the way to second. Realised they hadn't got mid and had to come all the way back, and they were just stuck in. And Lego win this mid that they really don't deserve to win, to be honest. Like, so many mistakes from them there. But Full Tilt just got a little bit ahead of themselves.
That was brutal. Those stains are going to take some scrubbing to remove. An absolute bloodbath on middle. Celendis jumps in to try and get the foresight, but Lego read that one like a book. And they're going to be able to just cap here without any contest.
They're taking so... What's Condom doing? What the fuck is he... I don't know what they're playing at. They took so long to take over this ground here. But I don't know. It was just like they all just like wouldn't come through choke for some reason. Even though they'd killed Ali, they'd killed Silentes. I guess they were worrying about Jamal, but I don't know. But yeah, that mid was so weird. So now they have full Uber advantage to go to last with Pyro and Heavy, Pyro and Engineer rather on last.
Oh wow, Ass has gone down immediately. There's no vaccinator gimmicks available for Cos either. He just decided to stick with the medigun. Uber has been popped and fades now, and Lego actually find themselves 2 down, lose a third as they try to retreat through Riverside. And they didn't even need the backs. Josh is in deep and is going to stall him out for a little bit, but it's Phil and Condom holding forward here. Stickies on both doors from Phil, but now we've got eyes on coming in on Sniper. Flash is working his way in up top, might be able to go behind. He is going to be playing the point as well with Ast, but... Uh-oh, Cos! Huge balls just walks out again through all the spam. The Sniper doesn't even get a look in there, but Cos is super weak in the corner. He does have the extra mobility of being able to heal these scouts. The soldiers in his head, though he surfs into lobby, but he's just run into another scout. Sorex is there waiting for him. Eyes on headshot onto Flash as Josh finds Ali as well. There's no stickies on last. And Lego are just having to recap second right now, but they could already just be knocking on the door. Sorex has run in and died though. They could go for it, but it seems like they just want to slow it down and remain in control here.
Yeah, that last push was so bad for them though. Like, if they're going to play it like slow and not take this on momentum, they have to do a much better push than that. Like, they killed Ast immediately. Izon just like ran on the point and died, and there was like no proper coordination to like play off of that at all. They just kind of gifted like the hold to Full Tilt, to be honest. Like, they just made it really easy. But Demo goes down early. That's going to be a really nice pick to have. If they can kill Thalash in theory with this Uber, like the defensive Pyro, then they have a 2-man advantage to well if we can just take this. But Zem dies immediately.
Sticky's on the ring of the point here as well. Dr. Phil is dicing with death. Slenny's just pumping rockets into his back. Ast is super weak on the point. Cos is trying to just make it in there so he can heal his teammates, but is denied. They're just farming frags here. It's Ison regrets up 3. They're 2 headshots and a body shot to win that round, making it 2-1 here for Lego, who are very much showing up on Gullywash now.
Yeah, they've won every single mid. I mean, granted they probably shouldn't have won the last one, but they won every mid so far. It's kind of like they've kind of been throwing it like in the post-mid scenarios where they take second really weirdly, but they've actually been playing really well like on these mids so far.
Middle number 4, 18 minutes remaining, and Full Tilt did go right on side last time. They're just going to wait it out this time and try and react to what Lego are doing, but they have at least beat out a frag onto Zen. Condom gets picked off from the drop down. God Mill comes up behind as Slash runs in and takes out Phil. All the Full Tilt need to do is play around their medic. Here comes the soldier threat from Josh. He's trying out the cost, gets him down to about 2/3 health, but just can't land any more rockets.
Sorex is hiding underneath, but I mean, they're for sure going to be wondering where is Sorex. Like, they know he's not falling back to last. He just takes a 1v2 with the scouts. Why? He's
got the Lash down to like cost with the fat arrow, but the Lash was down on like single-digit health there, but Sorex couldn't claim that one.
Why would they didn't see him? Why would you just take a 1v2? Like, they don't know you're there.
He's motherfucking Sorex,
it's so dumb. Doesn't make any sense. Like, even if he kills one, I guess again, like the best case there, like 99% of the time, the best case scenario is a 1-for-1 trade. It's just madness.
Maybe when you're playing Scout it is, but whenever you're Sorex, best case scenario, it's a 6k. Right now, they're going to Uber in from me in here with Ali and Ast. They spotted the gun immediately. Ali kills off Izon and his gun, and then they take out Zen, who was playing heavy weapons guy there briefly. Josh found a frag on Riverside, jumps in to try and help, but now it's Sorex and Phil in a 2v3. The heals are available for Koss and Ast.
Pipes are required.
Oh, Ast is kind of beefing it, but does eventually kill off Sorex. And Ast is going to come up with the frags and tie it up 2-2. That was a pretty quick response there.
Yeah, and Full Tilt just crushing them on that middle. I didn't even see what happened. They were just all dead. The only part of that mid I could process was Sorex's awful play at the end, but I mean, they absolutely destroyed them. And that's 2 mids in a row that Full Tilt like played really well on. Like, they should have won the one before that as well. So Lego need to kind of change something up now. Be interested to see if they do the same, or if they maybe try a different approach, like playing the other side.
Demul was schooling Zen on how to roam on last middle. Can Zen survive a little longer this time? Look at the health on Lego, they're all super weak, and again Zen is first to go down. Demul actually gonna go roamer versus roamer there. Jumps forward, splashes both scouts and just sets up these frags for his teammates. Slinty's the only casualty so far in the Full Tilt time, but as I say that, curse of the caster, Josh jumps forward and lands 2 easy rockets onto Kosh, who just got juggled into the crates.
And Oldham's dead.
Condom, surfing out towards the door. Oh, the jukes, the B-hop!
But I think Ast is going to commit. Ast is going top lobby. He's not giving up on this, but he really should. It's over. Like, you can't get him now at this point. Ast doing the completely opposite of what Sorex would do and deciding to back up when he sees it's an impossible situation. But he just goes in! What am I saying? He just does a full Sorex. He's still in! What's he doing? Is he watching Sorex's demos? Madness! It's madness, James!
He's gone down here a bit. Have we ever... Does Ast like to do the offensive off-class? Could we see some shenanigans coming up here?
Yesterday he did a 1 sack and he went spy afterwards, so maybe he's going to come up on spy. I mean, the play kind of worked when he did it yesterday, but it was more like Nameless were kind of nervous about a spy, so they ended up getting forced by Demol, but we'll see. Comes back up on scout, and Josh is just pushing out, taking this Uber like he's popped. Koss doesn't actually have it yet, so I guess they've calculated this well, but they got to get cap time.
They need to hold the choke points as well.
Oh my god, they're getting crushed from big door. They're going to get completely caught out.
We've let them all the way in before they had to pop off the charge. Now they're just going to get mauled by Ubered scouts and soldiers. Phil and Condom both going down immediately.
They're going to try and cap second. They're going to be able to make a go of this actually. Josh has got the high ground over them. And he's going to get the cap maybe? No? Yes?
He gets it!
It's a saving grace because they completely wipe other than Zen, who's on top, who's probably going to go down late. But the wave just about comes in. I think they might just be able to stabilize here, Lego, if Phil can get an early kill. There's a scout with sneaky. They see him. They know it. But Phil needs to just worry about the rest. He doesn't need to focus the scout. He needs to deny the rest and make sure they can't take over any ground here. They get Zen. They have so much advantage now, Full Tilt. But they are completely hard committed at this point.
Oh, this is perfect aggression coming out from Full Tilt. Just forcing a wedge in here between Lego and their spawners. They managed to get onto the point now, but Koss is going to just run in and try and make it happen on his own. Oh, Condom!
Oh my god!
Onto us, Zen comes in from the respawn and kills off Ali, and somehow Lego just hold on to that. I'm sure that had to be a slam dunk Full Tilt round. I was just thinking, well played, boys.
That was so close. Like, I couldn't tell which way it was going to go at any point. I mean, I feel like Full Tilt could have been punished early if Phil hadn't chased this one scout around sneaky for a long time. But then once they were in, I figured they probably should have taken it. But in the end of the day, now Lego are actually like stalling here. They're not getting second very smoothly. I'm not sure what's going on. Eisen's gone down, traded for Solentes, but full advantage for Condom, and they really should be just taking second clean here. Zen's hightailing back to last. Not sure what they're doing, but they're wasting a lot of valuable time.
13 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock here. It's 2-2. These things are slowing down a little bit, despite the fact that Lego had this Uber advantage. They only really have 10 seconds before Koss is going to get his charge up. They are furiously building all the way back at choke. And like, it seems they're...
What are they doing?
They really favour pushing from the lower side, but it's like quite powerful to go balcony with the charge. There's 3 frags there, like that we can see on our caster's perspective, but...
That's just 30 seconds of Uber advantage they've just thrown away, like pinned on their own last. They gained nothing with this 30 seconds. Like, they had to wait a little bit for spawns, fair enough. It was only Condom and Zen alive at one point, but... It's like kind of inexcusable, like, to throw that away. I don't know if they've miscalculated or what, but... it's really bad. Like, they should be... you know, the worst case scenario, trading second for Uber there. Off of, like, this danger zone.
Eyes on with the Ninja level 3 sentry here, just in a kind of unusual position. I mean, if Uber trade comes in, the gun is going to deny people escaping, perhaps juggle them in, but it could be spam down from Riverside. We'll see what happens once Full Tilt, you know, do their team huddle here, decide what exactly the plan is, how they're going to execute and try and break this Lego defense. It isn't likely to happen in one swift push, but we're expecting to see some kind of an Uber trade here or a sack play to try and force out that charge from Condom. The gun being moved around here. Musical chairs from Izon as he repositions that level 3. Thalash is taking a peek here. He's committed himself into the old water area on Riverside, trying to get some intel for his team and maybe bait someone out of position, but just composure here from both sides.
Yeah, Full Tilt are clearly like changing their approach compared to like, well, their entire history. Like, saying that actually, Thalash is now in. I was gonna say like I haven't seen him do like a Thalash sack for sniper like once tonight, but Thalash just goes in and dies there. Maybe he's gonna come back up on sniper. And I was gonna make the point that even though they received a lot of criticism and probably shouldn't do the Thalash sniping play so often, it's still a completely viable thing to do, like to try here and there. So it's something we haven't seen from them particularly tonight, and probably something they should try, you know, at least a little bit. They definitely shouldn't do it as much as they have been doing lately, but it's still a totally viable option. And he does come up on sniper now, which is good to see because, you know, he's pretty good, you know.
One of their favourite tools in times gone by, but haven't seen him doing too much so far in this best of 3. Izon being the star sniper, but now Thalash is going to work his way up top into Riverside. Looks like his first shot will be coming from the left. On the attacking perspective, charging up right now, he sees the edge of a sticky there. Phil already putting stickies at his feet. The deck comes in and the rockets connect as Josh lands 2 fat ones into Thalash, and the sniper proves to be ineffective for the time being.
Yeah, and with this gun, like Lego might be tempted to try and do something here because they love to like kind of do these Uber trades out of last when they have the gun to fall back on. Like Josh peeking from information, they see that Full Tilt are really far back, they're all the way out on top, so nothing he can do with that situation. But like Full Tilt probably aren't gonna commit for a long time here, so I'm not like, this is something about Lego, like because they have the gun, they don't really have like the utility man, you know, like Izon's their utility, and if he's on engineer, he feels committed to that. So they can't do like spy plays and things like that. They're kind of guaranteed to get yourself out of last. But we see Thalash coming up on heavy now. This is a play they normally do with Mike, where Mike comes in and rotates after the trade is heavy. So the Ubers are being traded, and they're going to look to come in, like give Thalash a flash and just do a full commit repush here.
Josh and Zen really trying to chase this down, and as they're reloading, in comes the bomb from Salentes. Oh, that's super weak, and Thalash is just going to gun him down. Hot lead, spin out that Tomislav. Josh has popped off the battalion's back up here just to stabilise things. They actually wiped them! Sorex and Josh and Phil just getting those 3 frags in the blink of an eye.
Really bad, like, Sil did so much work there. They had a fully buffed heavy. Like, they just rushed it. Like, they get a couple of frags and they all just commit. Like, I'm sure they could have slowed it down once they got like this 2 or 3 man advantage. There's no reason this should have happened, I think. At the very least, like, you know, like the demo medic combo should be like backing out or in a position still to back out, but Lego now in deep on mid, Phil just like pushing into them, not giving a crap. He's on the soldier, on the demo, but not getting either, and a 1-for-1 trade, and he's just kind of, I don't know, kind of like a nothing play. They've gone in and now they've gone out.
They've lost
they're still
position
thinking
here.
about going in, and they're getting flanked. What the hell are they doing?
They can't even contest this. Sticky done big door and from the roller. Phil's managed to wake his way. He's hardly taken any damage either. It seems to be Izon catching most of the spam. Phil stuck in a reloading cycle, though has to retreat. But could have made something work there. Josh is actually behind, and he's been spotted out by 2. You're going to get jumped by a soldier. Lands decent rockets, but just outnumbered and out health there by Demo.
Yeah, Full Tilt now just committing in from main, and with 2 people down for Lego, they might get baited here. They've done a pretty weird Uber trade, like they're not getting anything off of it. Koss is getting caught in, gonna go down. Phil redeeming his recent sequence of play, which really was not good, to be honest. We'll get to that in a moment. Condom staying alive, so they're gonna have heal advantage. There's no demo, no sticky traps. They're gonna kill the soldier underneath at the moment, and they're gonna have a lot of advantages to push off last. If they might finally actually get off last for real, because I mean they capped second a minute ago, but lost it almost instantly. But now they should just be able to take it smoothly, you know? And they've already been wrapped on one, so what are they doing? Just go! It's unbelievable. Are you serious? They're actually not pushing.
They're just beating Josh out.
That's absolutely unbelievable how slow they are to push out. It's madness. There's no heals, there's no sticky traps. They've killed the Roma. Like,
I get frustrated by this, like, the teams continue to push from lower, like, it's so much better to go top and drop down.
It's mental, yeah, you should only ever push from top. Like, it's crazy that they can fail this situation. Like, I know it's coming from me, who kind of crafted the nameless playstyle of really slow play, but like that's a clear-cut, like massive, like free take of second. That's the kind of advantage that nameless sit and wait for, and when they get it, they convert it every time. Like, you can't throw those chances away. Like, Lego should have pushed off last like 5 times now, but I think it's nerves, to be honest. Like, they're just being way too hesitant. I don't think if this was a scrim, they would fail any of these opportunities.
There are 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. We could be going to another golden cap, but there's action happening in the lobby as Ast and Sorix both get traded out here. It's 5v5. The team health is pretty poor right now. For full tilt, they're going to retreat and pump out a few arrows there, but Lego don't seem like they have a care in the world right now. They have no desire to push. They're going to sit back, eyes on, connecting some shots. They're trying to onto Slenties, looking to chase forward with that SMG, but Dr. Phil is really
black box
setting up a trap here. Who's got black box?
Josh, has he got black box conch?
Oh, it's Shadowburn time, baby.
Oh my god in heaven. It's black box, it's conch. We're in 2015 again, boys. Will he get a visa for Lando? That's the question.
I don't know why he's gone black box. I understand the conch, but the back up. The back up
no,
spy. Nobody's close.
Way.
Nobody's close.
But Uber's been forced for cost. Uber's been traded, in fact. Oh, it's over.
It's over, man. It's over.
What the hell? My sound just completely broke. I've just completely ruined that moment. I thought they blocked it. My sound just completely didn't do what it normally does. Oh my god. What a horrible caster.
Ding, ding, ding.
It didn't do it. It just was silent. I thought they just held it. I'm the worst. I'm sorry.
The raid there on Lego gets the back cap. We're on to the 6th mid fight here, but it is full tilt in the lead once again, 3-2, and we still have 5 minutes 20 left. And Lego have lost Dr. Phil pretty much immediately on middle, but they're refusing to retreat from this fight. Then they have found 2 frags. The trouble cost goes down. Condom is so weak right now, just dancing around that nipple. He's dropped down here to heal up Josh. They're gonna let their scouts just create the space there and create that buffer so they can heal up.
Thalash is drop down. I don't think they know he's there. Is he going to make it? Yeah, he gets the pack. So Thalash is behind. I don't think they have any idea because he Bust and Bashed up, drop down. So they're kind of looking around for him, but they haven't spotted him so far. Is he going to make the Sorix play and take the 1v2 with the scouts capping? He's certainly not. He's going to delay.
Oh mate, you only take that play if you have the low ground advantage.
He's still behind, like no one knows. He's actually gonna find an opportunity onto Condom here. Will he hit the shots? 1, 2, 3 the break, 3. He gets the force in the end. Well played by Thalash there. Exactly the opposite of what Sorix would have done.
Oh, the mill out of position there, gets caught out and lower. So 2 picks here for free. They can continue to go. Josh seems to be spamming building. One Condom runs across the firing line there. And luckily for him, Ali didn't decide to death those stickies, but he survives, gets the med pack. And they are just continuing to try and edge away, and Josh jumps in but is immediately destroyed. And it doesn't seem to be going well for Lego as they lose 3-0 here. Cost still has his charge.
They're doing so much like weird stuff, Lego. I really feel like the pressure's getting to them because it's all sorts of like weird nonsense from them. Like, what was this? Like, I can't even begin to like analyze what I just witnessed.
I think it was like Josh thought he would go in. He thought there was an opening. He went in. And you know what Josh's comms are like? He's like, yeah, everybody's lit, or like, get in here, and like 3 people, or 2 of his teammates take the bait, and they end up getting mopped up. But Uber's being traded here from both teams. Lego's still in control of this midpoint. If they can drag this one out, it should favour them, but their players are taking a lot of damage, but it's being dealt on both sides. Ali's just walking forward here uncontested, spamming stickies and pipes into that choke point, and Lego had to get out of there or they would have just been totally wiped. But Josh has got in here without the heal beam. Condom's running in, trying to find him. He's going to whip out those arrows.
Josh wants to go.
Josh is just feeling it right now, man. He's so aggressive. He's in, making the plays, turning heads for his team. They're able to walk through here. They're finding frags. Ast goes down, but Koss has managed to make it towards the big door. Condom is going to get destroyed, though. And, I mean, this is the kind of TF2 that apparently the fans want to see, but right now this is just, like, brainless stuff coming out from Lego.
It looks kind of dumb. Sorix is in. Like, 3 guys see him coming a mile off, but he don't care. He's just in deep. And with 2 minutes 40 remaining, fully revanche for Koss. Attempt to push on last. We could be witnessing the path to the 3rd map.
These are the plays I call in a pickup man, where it's like, yeah, I'm in, go. But like a good demo man like Ali who's paying attention just destroys that kind of aggression.
Yeah, it's kind of absurd. But like, I don't know. I feel like Lego have just kind of let this game get away from them at some point. They had so many opportunities to like to take rounds, and they just kind of throw them repeatedly. But Full Tilt currently in, Uber advantage on last. They get the gun, but they lose Aston Cell, so we could be seeing a defense here. In fact, Full Tilt are just kind of wiping at the moment. Josh has tabs on the scout under. It's only really Koss now falling out. The rest are all going to go down. Koss will make it out, I think, although a scout is hot on his tail, but still should be there to save him. But either way, the scout's of course going to chase him. He's going to get him. Oh, he's not going to get him. It's just Sorex rowing in and dying instead of capping. But
there's 1 minute 45 seconds left. It's still possible here for LEGO to tie things up, and they just need to. Maybe now is the time to go full retard, but they do have this huge Uber advantage. 20 seconds before Koss is going to get his charge up. They are trying to build
this situation would be relatively comfortable if Sorex was alive. Like, an Uber advantage pushed to mid, but without one scout, they have to kind of just go for it. Like, they've Ubered in. Like, they're going to cap mid, or at least they should cap mid. But if they had Sorex there, they could be doing so much more of the situation. They're just not playing percentages particularly well, I think.
Like, Dr. Phil saw the clump of blue players that are launched in, but Koss was just able to zip out there, healing up a scout. And right now, LEGO trying to force the issue on Choke, but again, Ali with the denial, eyes on going down. Josh gets cleaned up on the flank by Salentes. He got in behind there, and oh no, LEGO are just hemorrhaging players here. They're horribly out of position. Condom's going to run as they just decide to focus down Zen. Sorex has been picked off as well. Uber gets popped off here by Koss. They must feel they can get this Condom frag. He surfs up, almost makes it onto the top, but Ali with the air debt sticky will send him to the spawn queue. 15 seconds. Oh dear.
Yeah, so that's a GG map. Really, really messy map, to be honest. Like, I mean, mainly from LEGO's perspective, I felt like Full Tilt in general, when they had advantages, they made a lot more of them. But like, if you think about the flow of this game, like LEGO have thrown so many opportunities away, whereas Full Tilt didn't have anywhere near as many opportunities, but were just a lot more clinical with them, I'd have to say. Which is what it's all about.
Full Tilt had a good read on the state of the game there as well. When they actually did manage to make it 3-2, they really just expected LEGO to go full retard, and they punished them every single time. Condom trying to take Josh into the lobby there, decides to run back as Josh goes down. Condom is under pressure. He's taking a lot of fire for his team, but it doesn't matter. It's dead time, guys. Calm down.
having not seen the logs, I mean, I'd be surprised. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I'd be surprised if LEGO didn't have the lion's share of frags, because I feel like they wasted so many opportunities. Maybe I'm going to be wrong, but it feels like that kind of a game. But I'm not sure.
Don't go anywhere, guys. This is a best of 3 series, of course. Full Tilt have just tied it up 1-1, and we will be going to Granary to decide things. We'll take a look at the logs before we go there. Sim, what is the status of our log technology? They are good. Is it still the same? Okay. Oh, I can see it. I can see the magic Kato. Whose stats are jumping out at you? Actually, I'm looking at the log from the last game. The golden cap. Sim! New logs, please.
Sim.
Sim. Yes, yes. We can see it now, 3-2 in favour of Full Tilt. Kato, your thoughts, please.
Well, I was wrong. Full Tilt had 10 more frags than LEGO, and it was pretty close. 10 more frags, a couple K more damage. That was the thing I was most interested in. But I don't know. I guess they also won the game at the end of the day, so it pretty much evens out. What's jumping out at me? I feel like Ali was pretty good this game, and Phil was pretty mediocre. I'd say Full Tilt definitely got because the demos were really outstanding players in the first map, but Phil was really questionable in a lot of situations this map, whereas Ali was just rock solid. And I mean, Ali with a lot of frags. Phil didn't die too much, but I just feel like he was, I don't know, he looked lost a lot of the time. When they were pushing, he just kind of meandered around and then kind of came back. Do you remember when they pushed mid and then they got wrapped on and they came back and they really couldn't contest second, but Phil kind of went in anyway and then didn't take any damage, but then didn't do anything even though he got the position. It just didn't look convincing at any point, whereas Ali was just so solid, so stable the whole way through. Top damage, 22 frags for 10 deaths. It's pretty good. Pretty good, to be fair. Ast was pretty decent as well. I called him out in the pre-game, but he played pretty well.
They were prepared to sacrifice Phil sometimes for those bombs and stuff, which was an interesting difference between the two. But in the last map, the demo stats were a lot closer, but
they were neck and neck.
Really edging himself.
Yeah, it wasn't even that he was just dying all the time or things like that. He just looked so unconvincing in various situations. For I don't really have any method to who I watch in what situation, but whenever my camera would happen to fall on him, he would just look
isolated. Like he wasn't really on the same page as his team a lot of the time. Like I sound like I'm calling him out. It was a lot worse than it was, but it's mainly because Ali played so solid that I noticed this difference. It's not like he was horrendous. Yeah, like Sorex was just kind of classic Sorex. I'm just kind of going through it here. Zen, mediocre again. Izon kind of stood out as really not like performing this map. I mean, granted, he probably spent half of it on engineer, but like he didn't really accomplish much on scout. He went 7 for 13 on scout with 3k damage. Like he spent a fair amount of time on other classes, but that's still pretty bad. Like in 20 minutes, he got 7 kills. So I don't know. I guess Izon. Go look at Izon, man. Didn't do much. Not very good. Cut him.
Let's see some more stats real quick, you know. Whip through these, Sim. Oh yeah, I love these. Yeah, my favorite stats. I don't know what this means. Go to the next slide. Keep going. Don't like this one either. Oh, I'm starting to get a handle on this one now, the conversion rate one. You take a stab at it, Kaidus.
I'm watching it on the stream, so I'm waiting for it to update.
Oh wow, you don't have the link.
And I have the link. I just don't want to tab out in case my game crashes. So conversion rate 50% onto blues last. Which team was the blue team again? Ali. Ali was blue. No, Full Tilt. That's the team name. Team Ali. So Lego had a 50% conversion rate onto last, and Full Tilt had a 43% conversion rate. Is that what I'm supposed to take from this?
That is a thing, yes.
But that only counts the times they played the point, so it's kind of meaningless because half the time that won't happen. I don't know, man. Next slide.
Wow, Josh slamming Salentes. That's the kind of thing we like to see in terms of frags. 1v1. Ast actually coming out ahead of Sorex there. And beasting on Josh as well. Salentes 5-0 versus Izon. I think that tells you a lot about Izon's story in that game because he was getting picked off so often.
He was pretty mediocre as well. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like the same story as Zen in the first game. Like I don't remember saying his name once. I don't remember him doing anything particularly bad. Like I know he played engineer, but literally the only thing I can remember him doing is playing engineer, which is pretty much what we need to know, I guess.
He had some sick sniper moments on that first map, but
yeah,
the opportunities he had, he didn't take on Gullywash. I've seen enough stats. Thank you, Gentleman John. Thank you, Sim. Let's jump into map number 3, Granary right now. We do have 12 players on the server. And if they're listening, we're ready when you are, guys. But, you know, Granary, the quintessential soldier map. It's really a scout map for the best scouts. But your thoughts on this one, Kaidus? Who's looking stronger to you now?
I feel like maybe Lego are gonna take this because I don't know. I've just never really been convinced by Full Tilt on Granary. I feel like their scouts always look really uncomfortable playing on it, even against teams where they normally prosper. They often just look very quite uncomfortable having to take 1v1 scout deals and things like that. And when Sorex is just kind of running into you, it can make you feel really uncomfortable if you don't, if you're not feeling confident. But we're going live, so we just have to get straight into it. But my gut's saying Lego.
Looking to Josh to make some big plays. I know he likes to jump in, make things happen. Onto this mid fight, Dr. Phil coming in lower. Ali's up top. Dr. Phil with the pre-fire. Sticky. Ali has to drop down, pick up the kit there. And he's down at 111 as the fight gets underway. Dr. Phil with the health advantage starting to walk forward here as Ali has to back out into the corner. Slendix is going to jump in behind onto Condom. Now they're turning around to deal with him. Jamul with the follow-up there against Dr. Phil. In fact, Condom super weak is cleaned up by Ali's roller, but the rest of Lego are making a fight of this. They've got Demo trapped in the low ground. Ali does go down to Josh's rocket, but Jamul with the counter jump now controlling the high ground. Ast is going to try and backstab Sorex, but Sorex kills Soldier, then starts to pump out a meat shot into Ast, but then it's actually Izon who comes in to steal the frag.
What a rollercoaster of a mid. Phil was so effective at the start of that mid, obviously tagging Ali, and then denying cost coming up top, and then just kind of doing a lot of damage, but I don't know, man, that was a messy fight. Both teams just kind of going for it. I think they both kind of wanted to just, get a really good start in this game. Because obviously the last map was kind of weird and it got really cagey at one point. I think both teams are looking to get off to a nice start, so they both just sort of went for it and turned into a real shitfest of a mid, to be honest, by the end of it.
Zen gonna poke forward on the left side on the defender's perspective, but that was just a little bit of misdirection. Everybody went to spam him and Lego just rolled in through on the right. So now they have position in the yard here. It's neck and neck in terms of Ubers, but Sorex has gone down. Lego are going to commit to this anyway because they're fucking Lego, man. And they're in deep. Their team is quite weak. Ubers have been traded and they've managed to back out into the lobby here, or into the yard to take up position, but being 5 versus 6 didn't seem to matter at all.
Yeah, Full Tilt had such bad HP, they really couldn't do anything to chase with that, and like one pick to break out of chokes is not really enough. Josh is in! No, he's on Cos, he gets in! They lose 2 in exchange, Dr. Phil and Dr. Phil and Josh going down, but Ass has gone down as well, so it's kind of 4v4 now, and this situation favours Lego. Like, Demul's looking to make a play for Ramroot, but he's been spotted out. He's probably not still going to go for it, is he? They're just kind of walking in, and Lego are gifting them all the space. I guess they're trying to get their respawn wave, but they really shouldn't let mid go here against a team with no heals. Like, Cos just spawning now. Sarek's going down, that's so costly.
He saw those stickies, like I don't know. He saw him firing them at least, but he just backs into them.
Lego they're so black and white, Lego. Like, in one situation they're so aggressive, but then in the other they just concede so much ground for free. Like, that was 4v4. They had the heals, they had the respawn wave coming in, and they just kind of give up mid. Like, if they can take it back cleanly now here, it'll be okay, but like, they give themselves so much work to do, whereas like at other parts of the game they'll just go in a situation where another team would never go in. It's so weird to watch.
Like, I thought you could see the two schools. I thought there. Sorex wanted to stay and contest middle, but the other combo players just ran away. So.
Oh, he just sneaks out. That was so close. Like, his whole team just went back inside and he was left there alone. As he was out-traded on second now.
Josh commits deep for that one. Will pay for it with his life. Condom trying to retreat to the left, but Talash is poking him from that yard side. Demul coming as well. Ast kills off Phil. They've got no real control here on middle. Really lacking a lot of that spam damage. They're going to have to give this one up. And it's just back and forth here. Sorex going up top, but just shut down by Demul, who managed to jump up there.
Like, it's crazy, because that frag changes so much. Like, really, like, Lego shouldn't be able to hold anything here. Like, Phil should not have got forward spawn. It should be a completely free take for Full Tilt. And even in spite of Phil getting forward spawn, they're just taking yard for free now, and they're like back on second. Whereas if Sorex just survived there, I don't know. There's so many situations where Sorex goes down, where his survival just means Lego can hold ground that they otherwise can't. It's really painful to watch, honestly, after a while. Like, it's funny when you're on the other team, but now that I'm kind of watching from a neutral perspective, it's kind of painful.
Yeah, it wasn't even like they were at some huge Uber disadvantage or anything. They just wanted to go for a play.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it cost them yard. Like, that one play that's never going to amount to anything cost them an entire area of the map. And like 1 in 20 times he's going to do anything worthwhile there.
Wow, Josh gets schooled by Demul there, trying to wrestle back control of that lunchbox area, but it's not really something that Lego need to do. Like, sit back, let Full Tilt try and push from that side if they want to. Now they've got Scout contesting the point. Demul gets another frag, picks up another soldier, and now Lego have to retreat here. Back onto last. Are they going to run any off classes? Ison was in spawn. He's going to run back in again. Looks like he's going to go sniper here.
Yeah, Lego just kind of, again, I don't remember Condom dying in a while, but they just Full Tilt continually kind of bullying them out of ground, and the soldier gets in on Condom for free here, but Condom managing to survive down to 27 in the end, but it kind of looked comfortable until the very end. But yeah, like, Lego, I don't know, they just, Full Tilt just kind of take points without ever having like real fights. It's quite weird.
This would be a good situation to use the battalions back up. Like, you know, the stalemates on the cards here. You're playing super defensive. The extra HP would actually be useful.
Yeah.
To milk the Uber a little bit more. Zen is in danger of getting picked off here. He's holding close on the lower right hand side. But it's actually Demul who's going to find Phil there. Phil was holding the door open. Or eyes on.
Oh no, Ison looked in trouble for a moment, but Zen goes down. What the hell?
Yeah, he was really committed in his position there. Josh jumping up top trying to contest Salendes. He needs the heals. In fact, he needs the Uber to stay alive. Oh, sweet rocket to send Salendes packing. But Cost had popped off as well. Doesn't look like there's going to be any immediate follow-up, but they're trying to create that space for Demul to peek. Josh is going to jump into the window here and try and fight this Scout 1v1 up top. He's taking a lot of damage, though. Rocket splashing onto the rails. He's run into Lunchbox here. And he's really distracting them on the flank, but most of Full Tilt have just rotated around to the right to the roller door to try and spam here, but Lego going out. Zay here have the chance to wrap around. They could just pinch them here and crush them. They actually have the man advantage to help.
Sorex just gets behind and 1v2s the Scouts. He's finally done it!
Keep trying until you get that frag movie clip, man.
And he gets cost!
Oh my god! We're gonna be famous, kaidus. We're the frag movie, baby!
This goes to show I was wrong all along. Those countless rounds he cost his team was all worth it. Well, that was pretty sick, to be fair. And Josh was super effective in the build up to that. Like, it was a really nice play from Lego. Like, Josh is like, I don't know, taking over so much space, doing so much damage. Sorex in the meantime working his way behind and just playing off of that. So it was really nice in the end. Just a shame he doesn't do it every time.
Yeah, Josh was fearless. Like, he was unperturbed, just going forward, taking all these 1v1s, pushing people back, and really kind of bamboozled Full Tilt a little bit, got them out of position, and set that up for Sorex. Here comes the Uber in though.
This is a dog shit Uber, they just need to
they
go
already
back.
had it for free. Why did the Uber?
Condom just kind of got nervous. I think Phil or the scout, someone took damage or sneezed, so Condom had to pop. But I'm
sneezed in his face.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't commit though, because it was a really, really bad Uber, and it looked like they might have done for a second. And this is not really a nice situation to push on if you're Full Tilt. Like, Dash just gets off sniper to push, but like, it's kind of a nasty push to make. Like, I'm not exactly sure what the setup is for Lego. They have traps on top, soldier hiding on top, so it's pretty like tough if you're Full Tilt right now. Like, they're gonna go for it, but it could be costly.
Oh, that was perfect timing. Josh just walked in after Sundays had fired the first rocket towards Zen, but he gets cleaned up by Damul, who finds another one. Both soldiers down at the hand of God Mul, and off the back of that we're going to see the push forward here from Full Tilt. Both scouts leading the charge here, starting to edge onto the point. We see that Dr. Phil is just dead stick. He's going to try and rush through. He's got protection though. Oh, they're going to Uber here. Eyes on getting the flashes. He's not sure who to shoot though. he looks like a dog chasing a car or something there. He doesn't know which one to chase after, and retreats now, but the Uber has at least bought them time to hold on to the point.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, Lego, like Josh did a nice job on top to like push the flank, and then Lego ended up completely overcommitting to that situation. But just by making it messy, it means Full Tilt can't take second. And now they again have Uber advantage to push with, but it's a smaller Uber advantage, so it's an even harder push for them to make. Like, they're gonna try it again, but it could prove costly. Like, once again, they Uber really, really early here, so again, it's not working out that great for them.
Wow, Celentes and Josh trade that. It leaves open for Zen here. Fighting Damul, lands the close range air shot, but Damul just able to put another one into the ground there, and Zen goes down. So again, Damul is the guy to hold on to last year. But Uber advantage right now for Condom. Are they going to wait for Josh to get back in the fight? Looks like they're just going to walk in and rush on the point. The scouts are already on there, and of course the medic speed boost in effect. They've already got the point like 80% cap before they even have to pop, and then they just shred them. That was beautiful. Is this the new Uber push meta?
That was pretty good. They really capitalized. Like, that wouldn't have worked a week ago. Without that scout speed boost, it literally wouldn't have worked. So they're really playing that nicely. And it's kind of what I mean again. Like, it goes back to what I was saying before, where even though Full Tilt did an okay push, they traded 2 for 2 and got the cap. Because Condom still had Uber, that 2 for 2 trade just meant, you know, they can re-push, take second, then one frag opens up a push to last for them. So it's good play from Lego. They're really playing the odds well, which is something they weren't doing well on Gullywash. Like, they're looking a lot better on this map so far.
Dr. Phil not winning this early Demo Man battle. He's kind of out of the engagement, and his scouts and soldiers have taken a lot of punishment as a result. Celentes is going to jump in and try and claim a frag here. Damul with the follow-up. Nice thing. Jumps here with that air shot from Zen to deny Celentes. I think it was Zen. Maybe it was Josh. Anyway, there was an air shot.
I just witnessed a sensation. Sorex went in, killed the medic, and then he came back to heals.
What?
And now he's killing both scouts with heals, not in deep on his own. And actually has completely just kind of carried them to victory on this mid when it was looking bad. Crazy stuff from Sorex there. The way he felt back was just insane. But
Sorex had heals?
Yeah, it was crazy. But he actually, like, he did really good. Like, he went in, he killed the medic, and then just like he made the conscious decision to fall back, like all the way to his own second, yard. Meet Condom, get a buff, and then just like played off the heals. Like, really nice, really effective. Now they have Uber advantage per second. Like, Lego look really, really good in this game so far.
He's got a little post-it note, man, on his monitor. You know, it says "kill medic," and then you peel it off after you do that. Underneath it says "protect medic." It's the system. They have the passive brain system. Right now, though, we see Josh contesting the point. Celentes is battling out with Zen around Lunchbox, but doesn't matter, as Lego are just going to Uber forward here with scouts, and of course medics can run as fast as scouts now, so they get in deep with the flashes, and they managed to kill off Ali, but Koss hasn't really taken much damage. He does actually pop off his Uber now, though, because they're very short-handed. There's only 3 players up, Talash, Aspen, Koss. against 4 of Lego. They're trying to bait them into Phil's sticky traps now. Izon is just going to rush forward here and try and take some 1v2s, but they've done enough to hold on to the point. And
For my shit talk, Sorex has actually been incredible in the past 5 minutes or so. Like, he had a 1v2 against the scouts, followed up by killing the medic. Like, he was really instrumental in the way they took their round. Then on the mid, he gets a 3k, and now he just forces Cos's Uber by, like, 1v2ing the scouts. Like, in a 1v2 situation, the damage he did to the scouts forced Cos to pop. So, yeah, like, I'm probably making too many jokes, because he's actually, like, having a really nice spell of play.
Alright, we're going to go full-time Sorex cam. As he comes in up top with eyes on both scouts flashed. Cos gets his Uber just as they come popping through the door. So they're going to be able to retreat here. In weeks gone by, that might have been Condom like overextended there with his scouts, but the speed, man, he's just able to zoom out of there. Eyes on the only casualty of that push, and it's pretty much neck and neck in terms of the Uber. Eyes on with the chance to off-class, but Sorex just rushes down and kills Ali. He won't get the follow-up frag onto Ass though, but with Demo Man down, they're just able to walk in here and try and make something happen. A lot of damage being put into Josh though. He's just out of range of that arrow. God will collect.
That was kind of questionable because there were still like players down. They didn't have numbers. They had a demo frag which opens up for them, but then they get in and realize they actually don't have the players for that situation. So really not the best with eyes on the sniper as well. Like it's kind of risky to push. They're actually lucky that they can just have the situation they now find themselves in, rather than like losing second or something much worse. Because that was looking shady for a moment.
Eyes on controlling that angle from Z to the right hand roller door. Ali knows he's not going to open that one again. For the time being, they're going to try and force Izon to come forward and take a shot, perhaps. But no one's really holding these doors close. Like, they're just going to let Izon peek. I know it's stickied on the left side on the defender's perspective, but
someone needs to control top.
From here.
The Soldier's just spamming, and like Condom can't put heals on anyone forward. Okay, now they're taking control of top. But a thought just occurred to me. Lego are 1-0 up now, with control of the enemy team's second, in like an Uber stalemate. Like, they have no reason to take any risk like from this situation. Like, it's kind of all on full tilt to like, okay, so on full tilt to get 2 frags. There we go. I was gonna say they have to like kind of make something happen, and now they have. Lego had full control, and now they don't.
They have a reason, man. You know, it's just the Lego style. It's the macho TF2. We're gonna take a fight. We're better than you. Zen has to run to Lunchbox to keep himself alive, gets that big med pack, but Josh is continuing to spam here. Phil finds the frag onto the lash.
It's a really bad Uber from Cos. He's 60 HP and he might get juggled in. He might go down, he might not. He might just about survive, but like that was so close, and they're actually committing a little bit Lego. They're jumping soldiers in and they're actually going to take this fight. Godmore goes down, Ali goes down. They're all going down. It's going to be another round for Lego for sure. It's a really nice counter push from Lego there. Or at least it should be. It is in the end. But yeah. Like, again, it's like, it's kind of the same situation we saw earlier. Like, Lego just kind of, they lose a couple of guys, they bait full tilt into pushing, and it's just such a hard push to make, and full tilt overcommit to it again. And Lego just with a really great punish.
Yeah, like, I don't know if like Lego are always playing for the reverse pick or whatever, but they definitely know how to play like whenever they're down players, and they can always seem to make something happen. Like Josh loves that situation, it seems, where he's outnumbered, loves to make it happen.
And they're 2-0 up in this game right now. Like, I don't think we've seen a situation where either team's been up by more than 1 round, so Lego in such control at the moment. If they win this mid, I really feel fear for full tilt.
We've just gone past the halfway mark, 15 minutes remaining. Dr. Phil is walking back into stickies. Ali had the trap set, right clicks, Demo Man down here. Zen also going down, but does manage to trade out with Demul.
Josh
is
behind
as well with Sorex.
I don't think much is going to happen, they know they're there.
Josh is spawn camping Demul. Oh, I hope he gets the brag. 1 versus 5 on middle, and he's gonna lose out.
What?
Oh.
Josh just kind of walks out the door as Demul spawns. I think he completely mistimes it. I don't know if Demul was like scratching his ass or something as he spawned, but I think Josh thought he was coming out earlier than he did.
that looked foolish indeed. But he gets the same spawn to me if it's Sorex. At least it's not all bad. He's gonna be up in 1 second. And Uber is available for both, but probably slightly better team health here for Full Tilt as he walked through with the buffs. Ali's taking a lot of damage. He has to get the flash here from Cos. They're starting to retreat though, but Dr. Phil is just pumping out the sticks. Cos isn't going to be able to survive this one, surely. Cos can survive.
Hit anything? What's he doing? Oh my god, that was
Oh,
ridiculous.
Ass wins the 1v1 on the left though. Takes out Sorex. And he's not actually going to commit to this. Is he? No, he runs in again. Doubles back, catches the time, gets the med pick. Look, that's naughty. And we go to a pause. or my
This
game is
situation
lagging.
is so absurd. Like, it's so absurd it's come to this. Like, so many shots missed from Lego. It should really have not happened, and I'm pretty sure it's a pause, not a lag. But what are we in? We're in a 2v3. If that scout can block the point, they have a vague chance of holding this. But if Lego lose this last hold, this is like a really, really poor round. Like, that Uber from full tilt was really, really atrocious, like, into last.
They could cap it if Phil doesn't dead in time, but it seems like this Sticky is going to kill Demille or both soldiers at once.
Yeah, they're so weak. Where's
So close
Ali?
though. Never
Oh,
get
Ali's
this one.
nowhere near. Yeah, yeah, it could go either way. Like, it really could go either way.
What an anticlimax.
But like, that was so ridiculous though. Like, as Koss was caught in there, Izon had like free shots and just didn't do anything. It took so long to kill Koss. Like, that's what opens up everything for full tilt. Like, they have like 2 players like stuck in a long time engagement with Koss. It should have been like an easy frag. Like, it should have taken half a second to get it, but for some reason it takes much longer than that, and just, yeah, opens up the repush for full tilt.
Of course, newcomers to Source TV and spectating TF2, they didn't actually pause at this point in the game. They didn't just say, "Oh, we're in a critical moment here. We're going to pause mid-air." But 90 seconds in the future of the game, they have paused. Maybe technical issues, maybe a tactical pause. We'll find out. But right now, things are on a knife edge here from our perspective. It could be about to be the first round on the board here for full tilt, but it seems like both Izon and Phil have a free shot here on these 2 soldiers before they can react.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember like how the cap time looked when a pause happened, because obviously another like point about the Source TV, there's not that much cap time that we see at the moment on the HUD. It's somewhere between partially capped and fully capped, and we don't really know where it is. At least I don't remember. Sim says there wasn't much time, which suggests they should probably hold it. So if Sim is not lying to us, they're going to hold it for sure. But if full tilt cap, then Sim has sabotaged the entire cast, which would just be shameful.
Can you trust this sneaky Scott? We could probably actually look at the logs, the cheat feed, and see what happened. But I'm not gonna.
I'm not sure that's how.
I'm not gonna go there. No, I shouldn't even said that. I've let the cat out of the bag now. But even if they don't get this one, the situation here for Lego, they just have Ali to deal with after this. He's probably not going to commit. He seems to be setting up sticky traps. So if they can get these 2 frags, they will hold, and it's back to being anyone's game here. But like the state of the game at this point was, 2-0. There was probably about 13 minutes left on the clock. Given the slow nature of Granary, or like the fact that you can slow it down, even though it might be what Lego choose to do.
Once goes down, there's no one blocking. He might get this. What's gonna happen?
Is Izon gonna whiff the shot? Can Phil get another shot out in time? He doesn't even have a sticky out yet. We had the little unpause.
The scout could kill him though. Oh no,
It's
Izon's aim.
That's like a 50 range if he hits it.
Izon could kill him, but I don't think he will. I think he's gonna get it.
You think Izon's gonna beef it? He's gonna crater?
I don't think Izon's gonna hit it, no.
In humiliation time?
If you've been watching Izon for the last like 5 minutes of this game, you're not gonna think he's gonna hit it either.
Yeah, but he's had 2 minutes to line the shot, man, No, that's not how it works, guys. Sorry, I'm full of shit. But very much possible that Salentis might just pull the rug out here. Maybe surprise Salentis is actually going to crater when his feet touch the ground. He's going to die. How about that for a third option?
I really need a piss, but I feel like if I go, they're definitely going to unpause.
We gotta throw over to Twitch chat here. If you think Salentis is gonna win this one outright, please put a PJ silt in the chat. If you think that Izon is gonna win, I want to see a Craigasm in the chat. Democracy.
That's how it works. Why have they done that unpause pause? Like, but normally that comes just before we go live again. Wondering, is there a deeper issue?
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of salt on Craigasm. Salt being poured into the open mouths there of Craigasm. It's the salty doctor's share. But I don't know. We got this game has just divided Twitch chat, Kaidus. There are a lot of people definitely believing in the Lego upset, but you know, there's a lot of diehard Full Tilt fans there, mostly AIDS Brits, I guess. But they still believe that Solentis is going to take this one. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring here and say that he's not going to get it, and Izon's going to hit the shot.
He's done it! Oh, there wasn't actually anywhere near as much cap time as I thought there was.
Yeah.
Nah, that wasn't very interesting at all, actually. But Koss has uber advantage. Maybe? Yes, he does. My HUD's broken, but he has built it a bit. Oh, no, he hasn't. But Connor's still not alive. Okay, so he's going to have a slight advantage, but it's not going to be anything significant. But they've been actually working on these small uber advantages, like, quite commonly. They're probably going to try and use it, even if it's not that big in the end.
Furious building going on here from Sorex as well. Izon, of course, playing his favourite off-class, Engineer. Currently at level 2, going to have that level 3 up in time, but Talash hears the gun. He's trying to spot out. I think he sees. He doesn't look like he sees, actually, that it's behind the tyres. He's trying to poke there. Surely he knows. No. Anyway, they still have this slight uber advantage, and they're going to go on it. They're trying to get in close, but the gun claims a frag onto Ast. The flash just faded on him, and he is slain. Phil is going to pick up the lash as well, so both scouts down. Godmill resting in peace right now too. And it looks like Full Tilt really kind of committed on that one. The fact they lost both their scouts meant there was no like speedy exit available for Koss. And now Lego just mopping up Ast. First to die, first to respawn here. It was a complete wipe.
Did the others get spawned? Yeah, a bunch got forward spawn. It looks like Demo's thinking about hiding in forward spawn. No, he decides to come out in there. Okay, that's where the pause happened, so I'm not sure what happened there, but the pause has happened.
I didn't actually see if anyone left the server or came back.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened either. There's a lot of nonsense in the chat. I think maybe the server was lagging because they're saying good server, aid server, gonna pause, unpause, what's an Uber, it's equal. I don't know what happened. Either way, Lego defend convincingly. And they've taken control of Yard. My HUD is still broken, so I think they have Uber advantage.
Yeah, Condom on a 10% Uber advantage here as they walk in left-hand side. We do see Full Tilt in control of that high ground, but they're just going to give it up here as Josh jumps forward, currently running Black Box and Conk. And it'll be interesting to see if he manages to get that one up, but they do have Uber charge. Koss is going to have his too. So it could be, you know, the difference maker here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they want to do something with it as well. Like, they're looking quite aggressive toward the choke. Maybe they're not. They looks like they're considering it. Like, Josh is playing around this area.
I think he's trying to build it right now. He's just spamming.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, God, I'm so dumb at times. Holy shit.
It's
my broken HUD, you know. I'm like HUD reload scheming every second while trying to speak about games. But Full Tilt are just kind of walking in now. They've had enough. They're just coming in, and Josh is going to use the conch.
They are dancing here, joking around. They actually pop off Uber as well. Koss had popped his off about 4 seconds previously, so Condom able to milk this one, but they haven't taken control of those choke points. They just stayed on the low ground. The heals weren't really available to them, and now his both soldiers jumping at half health. It looks like they might get mopped up. Zen's gone down. Josh is still joking around there with that black box, of course, keeping himself alive, and somehow they've engineered themselves 3 frags here.
Yeah, but they are 2 players down. It's going to be a tough one to chase, to be honest, because they're going to chase into Full Tilt's territory where Full Tilt's respawn wave are coming up. But if they catch his scout out, actually, it's going to turn the tables. They're going to be able to take second for sure now. They might even catch Ali out. It looks like they're not, but is that Sorex chasing him? So he's probably going to run in and die, but he doesn't. Either way, like, catching that scout out means they get second. Like, Ass going down there was actually quite a big deal. Like, that chase, if Ass had survived, could have turned really nasty for Lego. Because, like, the respawn wave for Full Tilt would have, like, spawned into them. But once again, Lego have control of second, Full Tilt second, 2-round advantage, 10 minutes remaining. Like, they actually, like, they can't even hope for a round reset now, Full Tilt. Lego can play this as slow as they want.
Josh is going to have that conch up most likely again, but wow, Slenty's just, or sorry, to mill barrels straight into the combo there. Finds Dr. Phil with a couple of directs, but Phil with the pipes is going to get the force out onto Koss and his combo. But with the mill and Slenty's both being down,
there's 2 soldiers.
They're going for it. They tried it every time and finally it comes close to working, but no! Koss and Ali just going to shore things up their ass as well. Doing incredible work to just shut that one down, but I mean, pretty much every time they've been in that situation, we saw Josh and Zen go for that play, but yeah, this time it almost worked.
Josh couldn't decide, like, he was thinking for a moment, he had the conch ready to use, but he decided not to go for the play on last. I can't help but think it would have been better just to use the conch there and you know, like use the conch first, then go behind and just distract, or even just come back. Like I think the conch would have been the better choice, but I think he stayed on the conch. A slight uber advantage for Koss here. This is like a really, really important push for Full Tilt as they push it now. If this succeeds, it brings them back into the game. If it fails, it could be the end of them.
Oh, Josh totally caught it there. Focused down by 4. And now they're going to pop off. Zen's very weak up top. They're just throwing players forward here, trying to get Koss.
They just completely crushed them!
Oh, obliterated on the right hand side. Just mushed into a fine paste here as Dr. Phil trades out with the Mule. It's a complete wipe. Josh is back on the field. He's trying to catch up with his teammates, but the round could be over by the time he arrives. They already have Izon on last ×4 on CP2. Izon put a lot of cap time on there. He's being jumped by Celendis. Here comes the follow-up. Celendis can't do it, and Lego make it 3-0 here. Unbelievable. Full Tilt yet to get a single round on the board after 22 minutes of play.
I still don't trust Lego to see this out though. Like a part of me, like they should, obviously they should, but a part of me just feels like Lego have the capacity to throw this still. Koss switching it up to crits. So it's going to get interesting now. Like this is like kind of the biggest test I think Lego ever had. Like can they see this kind of game out? Because they've been renowned for kind of random like spurs of play, like being good then being bad and things like this. So if they see this out, then they'll have reached a whole new level.
Zen's up top, delaying any jump forward, kind of holding that run, but he is the guy taking the most fire here. Sonny's trying to isolate him, but gets baited out there. But big damage from Ali onto both scouts, actually collects on Izon. Lego find themselves 3 down here, Josh. One of those crucial players down, and they're just going to retreat. Zen's health is
Do they
weak.
know about the crits though? That's the question. Like did someone spot the crits and give the call on it?
I don't think so. Oh, Dr. Phil going to go down to Ali, and they're trying to fish forward here on the right hand side. He's got a chance to charge up a shot, but just can't connect on the condom. Sends Zen skyward. Here comes God Mule. Demule's in onto the medic. Condom pops to save himself. I think he had to.
Yeah, it was well played by Condom. Like he dodged the crit stickies. He like, yeah, he popped at the perfect moment. He had no choice there.
Josh making space here, of course, feeling it that they have this 2-man advantage now as he picks up the frag onto Ast. Celendis close here. Josh sees that. That's like a red rag to a bull. Josh is in, connecting the rockets to follow up here. The scouts going for it. Sorix loves that opportunity. Now Godmill is just committed here. He's trying to jump out, but he's being chased down by Josh. Josh is in deep doing damage. The mill actually kills himself off. I think Josh
is
traded that one.
Oh my god, he's forced the crits. And he's just traded with Ali. Sorix is a god.
Oh, Condom.
What is going on?
Zen, in from behind. The launch is crossed forward into the Condom arrow.
There's a sentry on second.
Condom survives. He's on the mastermind. This was all part of the plan. The perfect counter to crits, a level 3 sentry gun, but not very good against soldiers round corners.
Crazy. He's mental.
Celendis is trying to contest the point here, but just with no heals there, he's going to be manhandled and pushed back. He has survived so far, but Demul actually very weak in the corner. Will go down. Sonny's now getting that sweet medigun love from Koss, who has switched back to Uber here, but Lego sitting with a 50% advantage on that full charge. They don't need to do anything right now. This is getting very close to GG, Kaidus.
Wait, Thalash is... I was going to say, Thalash was in drop down. Like, he was up in, like, second, basically, but I think he got spotted and decided to come out, so that turns into nothing in the end, but... As goes down! Oh, that's so costly! And they're trying to take over Garage at the moment. Zen goes down, so they're taking over Garage completely full tilt, but I mean, they still have to make something of this. This soldier looks like he wants to go down on second, but he actually just forces. Condom's forced to pop. I don't even know how, but Kosu was at a similar time, but they're going to have to give up second now and go to last. And full tilt, or they won't want to commit on this.
Oh, they're missing a couple of players here. The key ones, Josh and Sorix, big damage dealers, not on the field. Josh is going to respawn in like 5 seconds, but the spawn time's just not offering any solace whatsoever to Lego.
I got a bad feeling, man. Lego kind of just threw away like a 60% Uber advantage in favour of holding. Now they've lost a round. Like, if they lose this mid, like, this mid's really important for Lego, I think. I feel like if they lose this mid, the momentum's going to be so much against them that Full Tilt could legitimately turn it around.
Kato's got a bad feeling about this,
I'm nervous, man. I really am. Eyes on playing engineer! They're going.
Oh, they're not even going in the middle. The BM plays.
Did his team get the memo? It looks like his team are kind of half in. Okay. That soldier wants to die. Just about makes it out. So they're just going full total, like they're just holding. But
This is,
I don't know about this,
something
man.
you can be guaranteed they have never practiced this once.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel
Look
about
at the
this.
sentry gun position. It's going to be so hard to do anything about this. They have to take the fight forward and then back into the gun, but it's going to go down instantly.
Gun's just dead.
That was
Oh
it. That
my
was the
God.
play. Admirable for free.
Ali
Oh,
goes down
Dr.
though.
Phil! The sticky trap gets Ali as he comes through roller. Now Cost pops off early. And Lego's chaotic strategies have beat out some mistakes here from Full Tilt. We are now without a demo man, without an Uber charge,
they need to
and they just lost
capitalise
Ast
now.
as well.
Like they can't just hold. They have to capitalize on all this damage they've done and actually go and like take over this point now. They're getting a lot of frags, but why is Condom out? Why are they all falling out? Like
Hazel's built a fucking gun. Are you kidding me?
They completely won that fight. Oh my God, they just about get it in the end. But it's like they completely won that fight, but they just decided to go to last. That was almost like they almost turned around on them, and there was no way in hell Full Tilt deserved to win that.
Fair
my
enough,
word.
man. Izon is building a gun on last as an insurance policy, but Condom goes back to heal the engineer. He's fucking just hammering away at his sentry like, what the fuck?
There's 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Full Tilt need 2 rounds, and they're behind on Uber. Is Koss still on Uber? It looks like it's building quite fast. No, Koss is on crits. So they're going all in on the crits play, basically. I think it all is pretty much going to come down to this. This play has to work, and there's a sentry gun against the crits. Izon has read it like a book.
Like, he could put the gun way back in the door or something, but it's just right there. Shoot me. Big bullseye on that gun. I'm triggered right now, sorry team. But Dr. Phil is playing dangerously close to a crit streak. They're actually going to rotate here. 3 lunchbox, see if they can get the free frag before using the crits, but Zen is going to retreat on half health here.
Sorry, Phil is... Oh my God! Oh, he only gets the engineer. I was going to say, I thought he was going to get Condom. Condom doesn't have to use though, so he's preserved Uber, and it's only 2 minutes remaining now. They have full Uber to block the second wave if Full Tilt choose to commit. I think this is getting really, really like dark for Full Tilt now. They do earn a frag on Zen on the flank, but they're all so weak and they're all up top, and Condom still has this Uber to defend with.
Oh, catches a rocket there, down to about 100. Potentially drop territory, and he's just going to pop instead. He's going to make sure he plays it safe. Ask goes down Seleni's as well, but Koss now on
Dalash is hiding
50%
up top.
crit.
Dalash is behind.
Koss isn't going to escape!
Dalash
He
is on the
tried to
back hand.
surf
No,
out.
he's not.
Koss has gone down. The crits is not an option anymore. 1 minute, 25 seconds left on the clock. This is it, man. This is the end.
It's over. They can't do it.
Full Tilt out of the playoffs. Enjoy your mouse mats, bitches. What the Oh my God, it's gonna be Lego versus Nameless in the final. Still a few seconds left here though, as the Lash is just trying to pad his stats, gets the frag onto Josh, but GG's being called in the server. They know it's over, guys. Unbelievable.
That's crazy. I mean, Lego totally deserved it. Like, over the best of 3, they were the superior team by quite some margin. Like, they fully earned Reckoner. They kind of threw Gully a little bit. Like, it was close. Full Tilt probably deserved a map, but, like, Lego so easily could have won Gully as well. And here, this, like, been so convincing. Like, they looked a bit shaky and a bit random toward the end. But that was just, like, nerves, seeing out the win. But over the 3 maps, like, far and away the better team on the night.
Ali with the good luck against NL. XD. Does he not think the Lego can beat Nameless? We'll get into that later, but right now we do see the Lash just racking up a few frags on his ambassador. There are 13 seconds left. Unlucky for Full Tilt, but this is GG. It's going to be 3-1 here on Granary. No more rounds to be scored.
Look at them bonding over their mutual mediocrity.
What an entertaining game, though. This is the kind of TF2 that the fans were demanding to see on that TFTV thread I read earlier. But there were a lot of nice plays, man. It wasn't all super chaotic or like a crazy in the gutter deathmatch fight. I've seen a lot of promise here from Lego, I believe.
Yeah, they played well. They played very well.
I'm going to close TF2 and I am going to open up some logs. Are you with me, Sim? I can see them. I'm going straight to the frags. Feeding frags today. Sorex up top, 25 frags, 7 assists and 17 deaths. And Dr. Phil actually ends up with 21 frags and 15 deaths. Ali only in 15 for 14. Slightly more damage for Phil, negligible, but Dr. Phil seeming to have more of an impact on this map than he did on the previous two.
Yeah, Dr. Phil was pretty solid. Like the first mid, like he had like a good. I feel like Phil's one of those players. If he gets a good start, then he's going to be good. And he had a really nice like first mid. It was a super messy fight, but he had such a large impact in the start of it. And yeah, Ali was just fairly average. It has to be said. Like it wasn't bad particularly, but yeah,
Get this, mate.
fairly average.
Condom died 3 times, 19 assists. Cost dies 11 times, 15 assists. Why is Cost surrounded by Mongol men? We know he's a good medic. But clearly getting mauled there in that game. The stats do not lie.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought medic was
Lego-
easy to play now.
yeah, like Lego looked so comfortable like the whole game, and these medic stats kind of like up until the last 5 minutes where they were, obviously guarding their lead, and it looked really cagey, really iffy. Not really cagey, but iffy. Yeah, Lego was super comfortable. Condom played really, really well. Even like in the tense moments at the end, like when the crits came out, he wasn't like, he wasn't dropping to the crits, which is just a great thing in itself for Condom. But not only was he not dropping, but he wasn't even popping. Like he was masterfully dodging the crits. Then like the sack comes in and he ends up popping in the end, but he milked it to the last possible second and popped exactly when he needed to. Like really great performance from Condom, it has to be said. He's someone like, obviously I called him out on the first map for that one absolute like Garbo play. But yeah, like Condoms often gets a lot of shit for like throwing situations, but he was really good tonight overall. Oh my god, the logs have been changed. I want to look at more of the kills. Who was bad? That's what I want to know. Why did Full Tilt underperform?
Okay, let's check out those deaths up top. Tamul and Celentes.
Actually, Sil only had 14 kills. He's normally like, when Full Tilt played well, it tends to be like Sil kind of leading the show. He did top damage, but not finding the frags for one reason or another. Thalash 11 for 15, bottom fragging. Like that's, I kind of said before the game, I feel like the Full Tilt scouts are nowhere near as comfortable on this map as on others. Like Ass kind of was all right, but even 19 for 17, like for Ass, that's not great considering the style he plays. Like 17 deaths, it's a lot of deaths. And obviously Thalash 11 for 15, it's not great really, is it?
Yeah, I mean, the soldiers cancelled each other out effectively. Like, we saw nice plays from both pairs. I was maybe actually feeling Celentes and Demul had like the nicer synced bombs and stuff. At some points, it was like back and forth for me, but since they were kind of cancelling each other out, I guess we have to give credit to Phil again for best in alley, but also the scouts, Izon, just constantly with his off-class picks as well, seemed to really frustrate and kind of put the pressure on Full Tilt to try and figure out how to break it. Like, there's different types of pressure, obviously. Like, Josh is very aggressive, constantly asking questions of Full Tilt, but then Izon was there with these bizarre defensive setups. And time and time again, it just seemed to be their undoing.
Yeah, like Izon was pretty effective in the game as a whole, but he was pretty bad on Scout, like for various stretches. Like he had a real like couple of shocker moments on Scout. He got let's go look at his Scout stats. 10 for 7 over. Oh wait, no, these are inaccurate because of the pause. I can't really judge it actually, but he went for 10 for 7. So I guess it's not that bad. I can't really tell. But like 10 frags. I don't know how long he played. Engineer for 5 minutes. What's that, like 10 in like 20 minutes or so. He wasn't really that great on Scout, but he had an impact on Engineer, like you said. But it was a great team performance from Lego. I think honestly that's the main thing to take away from here. Like we said, like the reverse picks, like they were engineering on Full Tilt's last. Like they did the same method of taking last like 2 or 3 times in a row. It was no accident. It was really effective. There was like a great team performance from them, with a couple of like outstanding performances. Like Sorex was crazy on Granary. There's so many moments. Like I called him out a lot in the maps building up to it, but I don't know. I guess if his team can get him to the third map, he can get him the rest of the way because he had some real like standout moments.
I'm interested to see the graphics. Give me some more stats, man. I want to see what I can figure out from this. Maybe Gentleman John will sit me down someday and explain what they all mean. But we did have, of course, Full Tilt in blue and Lego in red. But I don't know. What does this mean, Kaidus? I'm going blank here.
It's who has the frags in the various areas of the map, So Ast was pretty good on
Not
red
just
last.
what frags they have, but like, is it
Oh yeah, it's like
straight up against their deaths?
Yeah, it's like their KD.
So
I
look
guess.
at Dr. Phil. He was like the king of CP4, pushing towards Lego's last. He was +9 there.
I think that
That's-
was because that was all the defensive situations where Full Tilt were pushing into their own second,
Yeah, all
and
those
Phil
like
was just locking it down.
reverse pick situations, or yeah, he was really the sheriff there.
Yeah.
Show me some more. Show me some more pictures, please. Yeah, not really much action happening there in the Lego yard. It seemed like there was a couple of situations where they just didn't have the players to try and hold their own yard. You know, they just had to give it up. But so much action then happening on like Full Tilt second CP, and not many frags even on. Am I getting this the wrong way around? I'm so confused right now.
What?
No, full Tilt in blue. But look, only 8% of the frags actually happened on last. So those 3 rounds that they won were easily won not on last, but on second.
Yeah, it was. Like, there was that one where they really took advantage of the new medic speed with scout healing, and they just kind of ran in. There was another one where they wiped them on a fight on middle, capped second, and they just had Sorex waiting on last to cap it, and it was only still defending. So yeah, there was really very few like successful last pushes in the entire game.
These stats are growing on me.
Yeah, you see, they're pretty handy. It's like these stats are kind of random. Some games they don't mean anything and don't help with anything, but depending on the game, they can inform you of certain things.
People get mad when you try and explain the game from stats because it's not always a fair representation. But let's go. Show me another slide here. I'm fascinated. That conversion rate, yeah, like we saw even in the last slide, so many frags coming in on Legos last. Like 20% of all frags in the game happened when they were defending on their last. But again, we see only a 25% conversion rate here for Full Tilt, trying to actually push in. Of those 4 chances they had, they only managed to make 1 work.
Yeah.
But whereas Lego had a similar number of chances, like 5 chances, they were much more successful. Need to see more gimmicks on that last defense from Full Tilt. One more slide then. Oh yeah, this is one where you get the bragging rights. Izon, who, you know, we were kind of questioning what his function was. It was 7 for 1 against Demul. Sorex 7 for 2 against Demul. Demul was the problem, Twitch chat.
That might be slightly harsh.
I saw a good bind in there actually. Somebody said that Full Tilt was an inside job. I wanted to bring that up, say in the pre-game, the fact that, you know, Demul is a dyed-in-the-wool Lego man in here playing for their opposition. I'd be well up for believing that Demul threw the game just to get Lego into the finals for the first time ever, might I add.
Yeah, I mean, Lego will be pretty happy with that. I mean, if you consider this time last season, they'd kind of just bombed out of regular season, didn't even make playoffs, and they made this kind of questionable pickup of Zen, like returning to the Lego team, but on Roma, and everyone was kind of like, myself included, like questioning whether this was really going to pan out well in the end. But here they are.
Yeah, Zen was always that guy I wanted to see back in the Premiership. You know, I felt like he hadn't, you know, shown his full potential previously. Maybe Soda isn't his best class or the one that I would associate him with, but here he is in the grand finals. And our last stat, the kills after Uber one. This always takes me a minute to figure out, Kaidus, bear with me.
I'm bearing.
No, I don't have anything useful to say except that Full Tilt deaths post Uber 26 to 18 seems significant, considering they had much fear, or would have had fewer Ubers with cost dying so much.
So this is the deaths that Full Tilt have after their own Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, because do you remember, like, there was that one really significant fight where Josh had the conch, was it? And they ended up, was that situation? There was one situation on mid where they traded Ubers and then Full Tilt got fully wiped, and that was the round over. And there were several situations where Full Tilt Ubered into their own second and just got completely, like, reverse picked by Lego. So those stats, like, yeah, they tell a story, I think.
Against Nameless, though, Lego mightn't have. They won't be able to engineer those situations, man. Will Nameless push on a demo man and a soldier down? We just sit back.
I think it would completely depend. Like, it's not like, I think Nameless have a bit more nuance to the way they play now. Like, they wouldn't just, there's like not like one set rule. Like, it depends, like, how do they die, where do they die, who has health in what situation, you know? I think they probably would sometimes, but having watched this game, as I'm sure all of them are watching, they will know exactly what to expect, I guess.
Up top here in Mumble, we do have Phil and Zen. I know we're only supposed to have one person in for interview, but I'm going to bring them both in because I'm the original bad boy.
That's crazy.
TF2.
You're mad.
Here we go. Don't write me up, Dashner. I'm sorry. Here we go, Dr. Phil and Zen joining us for the winners interview.
Hello.
Hello.
Guys, you are the people's champion, you know, as a long-suffering fan of LEGO. To finally see you guys make it into a Prem playoff. I don't know if this is one of the signs of the end of TF2,
Pretty
or
sure
into
it is.
not a playoff, a grand final. But you very much deserve to win. Like, it was a really solid performance. Dr. Phil, you came up big in the last map. We were just talking about your stats there, you know.
Thank you. I did alright the last map.
But we were trying to figure out, you know, the way the game was, or the plays are often being set up. It was like these kind of reverse picks where you guys would sacrifice players and you'd kind of encourage Full Tilt to overcommit to you. Was that the game plan, or were you guys just reacting to the fact that your past every players had run in and died?
No, it is something we do where we sack in multiple players at once to try to see if our team is willing to push on it or not.
But it seems like you guys have like been in that situation so often. There's a great chemistry there, like between you and Josh and Sorex. Like when the chips are down and you're outnumbered, you guys always seem to engineer a nice situation, like fighting around the right choke point or just having nice coordination there. Is that something you've worked on, or does it just come from like years of playing together?
This is something we've been trying to work on, and like we also tried last season, but it seems like this season is all coming together for us.
Zen, you've come in here, you know, to replace Demul. Demul was playing against you tonight. How did you think, or how did you feel about his performance?
I think he did alright.
Do you want to throw any shade on Demul?
No.
Can anyone confirm or deny that Demul is actually still on the LEGO payroll and through this game for skins?
No comment.
All right, let me ask you a question then, Zen. How do you think this game would have gone if Michael Adams was playing tonight for Full Tilt?
I think it would have been a very different game. I'm definitely no match for Mike.
Everybody's scared of Mike. I ain't scared. Moving in then to the grand finals then, you know, you're going to be facing off against Drac, another kind of rookie like yourself. What do you think? How does that matchup work?
I feel pretty good about that. Not to say he's bad or anything, but obviously he's been playing Roamer for a lot longer than I have, so he probably has the advantage there. But I think we have good teamwork in LEGO, so we have a good chance.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously not a rookie in terms of playing TF2. You've played in Premiership before, but this is your first season as a roamer in the Premiership. How are you finding it, man?
I honestly never would have thought I would be here. I'm pretty much a scout main. I don't know if you remember, but I got the upcoming ton of the season.
I remember, man.
Oh.
Season 16 or something. It's a while ago.
I remember. That's what I was saying to Kaidus. I always wanted to see more from Zen, but you just kind of fell off the radar. Now you're back on Soldier. Somehow it's worked. Do you think that if you had the choice, like, would you rather be playing Scout?
Definitely. I've played way more Scout than I have Soldier.
Keep spawning Iceland to snipe us also you can scout.
You're just a team player then. You're just a role player. You're playing the position that's needed for now.
Yeah, I just show up to the game and then do what Josh tells me. He's a really good main caller.
Yeah, how crucial is Josh to the success of the team, like this result tonight, Phil?
Yes, the linchpin of our gameplay, because he calls so much and all the pushes and all that.
We were excited to see on Reckoner, you know, he was bringing out the battalion's backup. Like, I'm a big fan of that battalion's backup, and he seemed to be making it kind of work, but like, I felt almost like the rest of LEGO didn't understand how to play around it or like what effect it was going to give you. Have you guys practiced much with the battalion's backup?
No, not at all. It's only been pulled out in the playoffs, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's the perfect kind of weapon to play against these stalemate teams.
Yeah.
I hope to see more from it. I think it could be a good tool against Nameless. But I got to ask you, Phil, like, I haven't actually played at all since the matchmaking update, but I've heard things about the Quickie Bomb launcher. What are your thoughts on it right now? Is it a weapon you're going to consider using?
Yeah, well, I think it will take a little. I'm not used to the charge speed and all that, but I see certain situations you got a really good weapon.
How do you
You can
guys?
put out so much damage so quickly.
How do you feel about the changes to medic then? You know, the scout speed.
I'm not a big fan. I fucking hate it. Getting chased down by a scout and a medic now.
There were a
And-
few moments, you know, where we saw plays like the push into last where you guys kept just running in with 2 scouts and stuff that we thought wouldn't have worked otherwise. But
Wouldn't have.
overall, it hasn't been that. Doesn't seem like there's that big an impact. Obviously, time will tell.
I think Condom got out a lot of times where he shouldn't have because he was shooting a scout, and I think it was the same because.
Are you telling me that Condom would have had more than 3 deaths without this gimmick?
Yes. No, but I really think it's indirect buff to scout as well. Like, medic can get out so easily as well now because he can just latch onto a scout and then he's gone. So hard to chase down.
I think it's a pretty good change because it adds a little more speed to the game. You can get in faster and get out faster.
Right,
That
guys,
changes the dynamic.
I'm gonna just bring you back to the match there. You know, people were obviously expecting that Full Tilt would be in the final facing off against Nameless. Not that they'd written you off entirely, but you know, over a 3-map series, people definitely thinking that Full Tilt had the edge. But you've come in here and you've upset them. Where do you think Full Tilt went wrong tonight? Like, was it their approach to the game? Did they not respect you enough, or was it players underperforming?
Well,
You
they
just-
picked Reckoner, which we would have picked because that's a map for us, I would say. Kind of like the map picks, I would say, played into our hand very well.
Yeah, that's actually something we talked about as well pre-game. Like, we had cast that game where Lego came up with their cookie forward holes and things that you'd obviously put some time into the map. Like, you had some ideas on Reckoner, but at the same time, Full Tilt feel it's their home map or something. So it was, yeah, the maps definitely did favour you, but I just want you to, you know, call someone out, shit on someone, start some drama. You know, that's what I'm all about, man. That's my
Yeah, I
MO.
know.
Nice guy, Phil. Doesn't want to save anything or say anything. Save it for the final. Save it for I-58. Are we going to see you guys there?
I think we are going like to spectate some of us, but I don't think we're going as a team as it stands right now, at least.
Are you telling me that if you win the ETF2L season, you're not going to go to LAN?
We might. Like, it's something we have to talk about if we win, if we actually want to go then, or what's happening.
Why would you want to go?
I think it's more people not being able to go,
Ah,
not wanting.
who?
Then it's kind of iffy. Sorix is not sure. Eisen says he doesn't really want to go, but he might want to go. Like, all this. Want to go?
Shaking my
Not sure.
head.
I know a great sponsor called Perilous Gaming. They're looking to pick up a team.
Oh, really? Sounds intriguing.
Super reliable. Well, that's interesting to hear. I hope you guys change your mind. I think I-58 is going to be sick. But I'm sure we'll see some of you there anyway. But I guess we could throw it up to the shout-outs. Dr. Phil, you want to send some love out?
Oh, I had a big shout out list.
You got the Maryland speech prepared?
Kinda. Shout out to F2, Crystal, Helberg, Ryan, Demul. Big shout out to Mool. Woo! Deeply, Sex Kitten, our beloved manager Amy, Seppu, Buttnose, and Morsi.
Zan?
So back when I started playing in Div 1 with the old Lego, we were getting casted, and back then Izon was not in the high divs, and he would always ask me to give him a shout out. And I thought he played really well today, so I'll give a shout out to Izon.
Dev eyes on.
Aw.
Indeed.
Kaidus, what are your final thoughts?
This was a great game. I'm really pleased for Lego. I think they deserved it, to be honest. I think Nameless will feel vindicated as well, because I think Full Tilt were super fucking cocky at the start of this season, and didn't pan out so well for them. So I thought this was a pretty funny game all in all.
Stick the knife in there, man.
Just twist it around while they're at it.
Oh my god. I mean, we saw in the PCWs, you were coaching Nameless and Ips was coaching Full Tilt, right?
Apparently Ips was just observing tonight for like future coaching. He didn't really give any input yet. He was just kind of like seeing what they do at the moment and then deciding what approach to take. I think Ips wants to be absolved of any blame for tonight.
What I want to know though is, are Lego planning to use a coach at all? Do you have a 7th man? Is it
it was half cool in the racing.
Yeah.
You can have him.
Oh, really?
Okay, I've heard enough. You want to give any shout outs, Kaidus?
Shout out to, I don't know, Happy Cool, Captain. Yeah, how do?
I'll shout out to Jeff Kaplan for some great decisions on Overwatch. Great balance, guys. Thanks. Shout out to Kaidus and Sim, Dr. Phil and Zen for joining us here. This was an incredible game to cast for real. Super enjoyed it. And Gentleman John for all the crazy stats that I'm slowly getting to grips with. Maybe I'll understand it by 58. I'll be there. I don't know when the grand final is going to be. Is it already scheduled? Is it tomorrow or something?
I think it's gonna be Sunday. I don't know. We haven't talked to them at all yet, so I have to figure it out, I suppose.
Okay, well, keep them peeled on teamfortress.tv for all that kind of information. But from us tonight, it's peace out. Thanks for tuning in, guys.